Hey everyone, and welcome to Edge of Legend. It's so awesome to be here with you guys and so exciting. If you're not aware already, on Saturday we had the most amazing charity stream. You guys in the chat, you were absolute legends. Everyone that showed up, we had our two amazing guests, Waffle Maple Syrup. We are definitely going to have them again on the show when we get a chance because they were so much fun to play with and just everyone was brilliant. We raised over $1,000 for charity for the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Not something I thought, a brand new show would be able to do. And you guys stood up, you stood together and you proved that we can do anything. So I'm really happy with all that. And as a fun little reward for all you guys in the level 5 hype train, that was just outstanding. Choking on my own spit. Today's episode is not going to be the traditional like episode 25 of Edge of Legend. It's going to be the second part of the charity stream. We couldn't get to the whole thing. And you guys are so amazing. I checked in with everyone and they said they were down for having this episode be that. So today we're going to see the conclusion to the journey north. So everyone here is going to be playing their charity characters for the one-shots. If you want a quick update, we're going to go through everyone's introductions and I'll try my best to do a recap of a 6-hour episode. If you type in Edge of Legend in YouTube, you can go and find that episode on our Nat 20 production page. So give it a look for a recap if you want. So much content. Without further ado, and without any more incessant blathering, let's get going with our introductions. We're going to start off with Mr. Michael Powell. Tell them who you are, who you're playing in this one-shot, and what your pronouns are.
Will do. Well, my name is Michael Powell, and I play your cinnamon bun cabin boy, Lami Raya. And his pronouns and mine are he, him, they, and them.
Awesome possum. Ian, tell us who you're playing, who you are, in any order that you'd like, and tell us your pronouns.
Ooh, any order. I usually play Woodwort. My name is Ian. I now play Thessa, who is the high elf handmaiden to Bowen Rionog, the Queen of the North. And my pronouns are he, him, they, them, and Thessa's are she, her.
Excellent, excellent. I see a raid coming in from Dice, Drinks, and Drama. Great to see you guys here. If you missed the little spiel I did, we're going to be doing the second half of our charity game since we ran out of time. But with all the amazing love and support, we decided we're going to make today's episode that episode. So we introduced Thessa. We introduced Lammy. Let's talk to the rat folk with a face full of bacon bits. Sam, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, I'm Sam Sterling, and I am playing a rat folk cleric named Ravi Tess. And she can stuff in her cheeks is the most important thing you need to know about last episode. Oh, and we are she, her.
Excellent. I love it. That is such an awesome way to say that we are she, her.
We are Legion.
We are Legion. We are she and we are many. All right. Next up, let's cover the super best awesome pals. Starting with Kylie. Kylie, tell everyone who you are, who you're
super
playing.
Best awesome pals.
I love that.
Those are words. Super best awesome pals.
It's true. It's true. Hi, I'm Kylie. I usually play Shionimus. This last part 2, I'll be playing Kiaria.
We're so prepared.
She also goes by Curie, and she's a halfling bard, and best friends to Miss Sidney Rubino.
Sidney, speaking of which, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hi, my name is Sidney. I will be playing, I almost went on autopilot, I almost said Alona. I will be playing Titch, who is a super cool 6-foot lanky bucket of muscles, who's also an acrobat, and BFFs with Kylie's character, Kiri. I'm an acrobat.
Awesome.
she's on the back like a koala, and it's real cute, and I love it
Yeah.
a lot.
She is also a magus who is being modest
That's true.
because she critically attacked a ship and punched a hole in it with her magus powers.
Oh, you know. Yeah, I'm also she/her. So.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was
Yeah.
like, right before you hit any of the preferred pronouns, you said in that space, "I'm an acrobat." I was like, okay, cool.
Is that
Who
like the new
cares?
gender? It's
Yeah,
like
go
he,
for it.
she,
Whatever,
they, all the, and then acrobat.
I'm
Acrobat, great.
bendy, flexible.
Oh man. My name is PJ. I am the GM of Edge of Legend. I will be my pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing everyone and every person in between. To give you a quick lowdown, if you weren't here on Saturday the 19th for our 6-hour stream for charity, everyone here is a part of a special job that they got inside of Adolphon Prime, the big diplomatic city. Larian Voss is the owner of a Viking band called the Ulfgard Company, and they have been hired to protect a very important senator and help her go to her home in the north. This senator is an elven woman named Bowen Rioneg, and it is revealed shortly after meeting her that she is Larian's mom. Bit of an estranged mom, as you find out that Larian is is bearing an unusual gift from his mother called the Curse of the Sea Wolf, which prevents him from dying or aging so long as he is near or on the sea. And you see this in combat when he gets completely pincushioned by 4 spears, 2 swords, and a bunch of other slices across his neck and throat, and he's bleeding everywhere, and he just won't die. Bowen seems to be rather surprised by this fact, looking at her son completely eviscerated, who's still walking around and talking just fine, and asked him, does this hurt? And he says, always, to which he's very surprised by this. They spend an entire boat ride in a Corvette ship that Shionibus from Edge of Legend was able to take from Bowen, give to Ulfgard, and then saddle them with this job. And on the journey, you're sensing a lot of tension between this son and this mom and the curse and their family. There's a lot of unresolved problems going on. There's also a lot of fighting as they get attacked by Blue Rock orcs, and they fight them. And oh my God, do they fight them. That was a long, awesome fight, y'all. You punched a hole in a ship. You took a bunch of gunfire and survived. And Waffles and Maple Syrup, who are our guests, jumped onto the enemy ship, went below deck, and slaughtered the entire gunnery crew, thus saving the ship from being sunk. After that long, massive fight, they discuss a bit more about where they're going and what they're doing, and then they run into Yormumat, the lesser dragon of grudges, the sea serpent or salty sea serpent who has been challenging Larian to a death match very frequently, and since neither of them can die, it's just a waste of everyone's time. And that rat person that we were talking about earlier literally talked down a lesser deity dragon. She was with the most flawless logic, talked it down. I was like, they're going to roll initiative at any point in time, and no, my players smack talked a dragon into feeling bad for itself and going away. Without combat, the players landed in Svargar, which is the kind of proto-Scandinavian, proto-Viking city they landed in. And I believe the last 2 things we did before the stream ended was there was one group of people that went to get housing for the powerful elven senator, Bowen Rionag, and it went not exactly how everyone envisioned. And the other half went to go look at the pigs. So if I recall, we ended off with Lammy and the rat folk looking at the pigs. I don't believe you decided you were going to steal any of them right now, but I do need to know, now that Bowen Rionag's has been pitched to Jarl Hakon for a place to stay in the Jarl's manor, and it didn't go well, so now everyone's sleeping on the boat.
Not my fault.
Hey,
I want to point that out.
it
Not
was
my
no
fault. It
one's
was not my
fault.
fault. Don't
There's
even-
there's a lot of nuanced politics that everyone's like, we're not touching that with a 10-foot pole, which is only one bulk and can theoretically fit in the cheeks of our rat friend. So we're not, that's fine. But now we need to figure out where all the players are. Are you still with the pigs? Are you still at Jarl Hakon's house, just awkwardly hovering outside his domicile? Where are you? And let's get this bad boy underway.
If I remember right, I actually left first, and then Titch and Kiri, and Kiri overheard him say something about, "Yo, you elves suck," and then we left. I don't know exactly what he said, but it was something to that effect. He didn't like us.
I thought we went back to the ship. At least me and Titch went back to the ship.
Yes, I think the thought was that Titch and Kiri were escorting you and the Ice Queen back to the ship so you could get settled, and then Kiri and I were gonna go to the bar.
That was it.
So-
I remember that part. So
meat hall. Absolutely.
So on the pig side of things, I know that Ravi had heard Lamy said that he wanted to grow up to be strong. And in Ravi's mind, that meant, well, we can't steal a piglet then. We have to steal a whole boar, because that's how you get strong, is by stealing things that are heavier. And she decided that it's best not to steal a whole boar in daylight. So she would have gathered Lamy up and said, okay, let's go meet up with the others, at least till night.
Lamy was like, he was cuddling a little piglet. I know he named him Bin Bin, but I'm just gonna
That's
fix
right.
it so it's actually Jin Jin.
Jin Jin.
Jin Jin.
So Jin Jin is still with the other pigs, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he give it like a little smooch on the forehead and like cuddle and then let it go back to his mom.
As you're hugging the pig, you can see kind of like when you're holding a cat. Cats are like, look, I love you. Don't do this cuddling crap. I'm not here for it. The pig kind of does it too. It's like, no, put me down. And you finally put down the pig, and the pig like runs away and then stops, realizing it's nowhere near your arms, and goes, now what? Falls over on its side.
Bye,
Just kind of
Jin
lays there.
Jin. Bye. He's gonna turn over to his friend and goes, so we better get back. There's probably more chores we probably have to do.
Yes, chores. That sounds fun. Yes, we'll go back.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Until
I'm
later, at
guessing-
least, right?
Wait, one second.
We'll see.
All right. So I'm guessing they're gonna return back to the ship.
All right. So it looks like we have everyone is going to be meeting back around the ship. Sounds good. Okay.
Mhm.
So you all meet back at the ship. Larian Voss seems to have awkwardly and anxiously not left the dock. He's just kind of looking around at the city. He's looking at the Svigar and just kind of noting a lot of similarities. And then he sees you guys and he just goes, kind of whistles and gestures to you to come to him.
Kiri's gonna lean over to Titch and be like, I hate when he whistles. Oh, I just want to slap that off his face.
And be like,
And then she's just gonna like smile and like toss her hair and then just start skipping. Like everything's fine.
oh, I love you so much.
Lami's going to kind of hikes up his loose sword belt, and you know how sometimes when you start walking and then you kind of just like your foot hits a raised crack and stumbles.
Mm-hmm.
That's what basically happens to him. But he's like, nobody saw that. And it's like skitters over.
All right. So you guys all meet around Larian Voss, and Larian is just kind of like sitting there rubbing his forehead. And he sees Bowen there, and he's kind of avoiding eye contact a little bit, and he continues to say, all right. We have at least another day or two journey across the open waste of the White Steppe. We have to make sure we have enough material supplies to make that journey. It's not going to be fun, but we'll be back and counting our money before the week's over. Let's just get this done. Does anyone have any supplies or needs while they're in town?
Well, if you want, I could go ask Cook if we need to stock up on supplies for like food. The market here is pretty well stocked.
All right. Boy, go get a list from Cook.
Yes, sir.
We'll go
Yes,
from
boss.
there. He looks to Thessa, and then he, not addressing his mother at all, says, "Did the lady get fine conditions for sleeping tonight?"
We have found this village lacking, so we will be spending our night on the boat.
Ah, I'm not surprised. Okay. I hate to say this, but when the boy gets back with the supplies, who wants to go for a drink?
Yes!
Larian's just like, I'm gonna regret this.
Come on,
Let's-
you moody bastard. Let's go.
All right. Really fast, just for the folks at home. Joe, can you play Highest Peaks one more time as we go to the meat hall? You move through the dark and gray city of this Vargar, where, as I said on the earlier stream, steel is mandatory. And as you walk through the city, you're seeing a pregnant woman giving instruction to kids on how to fight this in this Vargar way of war. But you see this massive meat hall made out of stone, wood thatch, hay, and you start seeing these massive totems to gods and animals. The doors are wide open, and looking through, you can see from the front all the way through the back. You are seeing tons of Vargar warrior raiders. They are drunk, they are fighting, and a few seem to be rhyming in a competition. Welcome to the meat hall of Jarl Hakon. This is where warriors celebrate their return, and as many raiders have come back, this is a night for celebration and personal conquest. You heroes of Ulfgard Company, as you are being joined by Bowen and Larian. You can participate in a flight, a fight, a drink. The choice is yours.
All right. Titch is like, hey, Kiri. See
Yeah?
that?
Where? And of course she can't see, like she's at like everyone's like knees.
With your consent, can I pick you up and put you on the back?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I'm back now, koala style. You see that over there? I point to the rhyming people. That over there. You see that?
Yeah.
You want to go smoke them?
No, I think it would just hurt their pride. You know, we don't want to do that. We're new here, and it's just, I don't know if they can handle that, hun. Like, I can't leave here leaving a bad impression. I think if I just smoked them that hard, I think they would actually might run us out of town. So maybe later, maybe after a few drinks, but until then. And plus, I ain't got my book. I'm so unprepared.
Titch is just staring you down.
Robbie will look at her and say, "Oh, you're a poet. Is it true?"
I guess I rhyme on occasion, but it's not very often. Who wants a drink? And she's
On
just gonna
occasion.
jump off to just back and just like quickly to the bar.
All right. So as you go up to the bar, you see again massive long tables, all one piece. These tables can probably fit 50 people on one side of the table. So you can probably double stack that for 100. However, since it's a special celebration, the center of the mead hall is basically filled with these little fire pits where certain food is being prepared in stews and on spits, and there's also massive vats of alcohol. The guy and gal behind the counter of the bar has a very similar thing. There's a massive barrel full of 2 or 3 different types of house mead. Everything else is in a special cask, basically kept chilled in a barrel filled with snow. And they're looking at you and they say, "What do you have? If you'd like to, everything in the barrel is free, but I can't say it's good."
I'll take. And she like turns around and goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And she like looks at like Tessa. I'll take like 6 of your house meads, please.
And so they kind of do a bunch of like finger gestures and they speak in Svigar, and they get like 6 like drinking horns, and they just fist like elbow deep in this like mysterious liquid and just come out, and it's just dripping and spilling over the horn. They do this 6 times, and they give you these wet, sticky horns that are like chilled, and you can smell this kind of like, it's got like the bready kind of rye smell, but there's also this very heavy like honey scent kind of flowing with it.
Hey PJ,
just put it on. Do you see that guy over there? Just put it on his tab, and she's gonna take it, and she's like, "Ew, it's sticky," and just like take it back with everyone, and just like set it in front of everyone.
Was that guy over there totally Larian Voss?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
They totally send a guy after him to be like, "You have a tab," and he's like, "Okay." And then Larian just walks up to some guy drinking at a bar at one of those giant barrels, socks him in the face, and then just takes a drink, takes the guy by the collar, and just stares him down as he drinks in front of him after punching him, and then just shoos him away. Larian's dealing with some emotion right now. What were you gonna say, Sidney? You said out of character?
Out of character. Did Bowen come with us?
Yes, she is absolutely there.
One of those drinks is in fact for Bowen, because there's 6, and so one's for Larian, one's for Bowen.
All right, PJ, listen
Mhm,
to this. I'm going to do a series of things that I hope in the end will result in a drinking competition
Mm-hmm.
between mother and son.
I love it. We are going to make one check to kind of go through those series of things. So tell me what those series of things are, and then I will tell you the check to make.
Okay. I haven't fully formed them in my head, so we're going to see what happens. So, brain working on the fly. We got this. I'm going to go up to Bowen and say, "Wow, look at your son. So full of emotion. I wonder if perhaps some bonding time might be fun for you. You both seem to be having a not so great time in this town. Let's show this town how good you are at something that they're good at, drinking. I think that would be cool. 2 birds with 1 stone. Strategic maneuver, also bonding with your son."
All right, give me a diplomacy check with a -1.
No, okay. All right.
Can I aid? And just be in the back, like, yeah. Like, just-
You could do so by making another diplomacy check yourself.
Please do.
Sweet.
Please do. Because I want this to work so bad. And I don't know what's my diplomacy. Oh, that's not that bad. I don't have that bad of a diplomacy modifier.
Well, I got a 27
Oh,
to
sweet.
aid.
That's a 17 with a -1.
Okay, so with such a high roll to 8, I feel
I know.
well. Okay,
You wanted
so
to switch?
I in the interest of I think getting what you want to see, I will say I'll take the 27 over the 17. And what I will say is that Bowen, when you say your son's got a lot of like emotion, she says that boy has one emotion, and it's rather rude. But considering we haven't had many words on this sojourn, I would like to discuss some things with him, and mayhap a drink or two might elucidate more conversation. I think we'll do this drinking competition. So we're gonna put a pin in that as Bowen basically like gets Larian's attention. You can see them talking, and Larian's like already about a cup or two in, and then he looks her in the eye and goes, "Pick up the glass, mother." And they walk to a table. They sit down like they're about to arm wrestle, but they have a drink in their hand, like elbow on table, warrior style. And we're going to get back to this moment. I want to know what the other players are doing in this mead hall.
I think as soon as Thessa sees Larian distracted with his own mother, she says, excuse me. And she just tries to get a hold of anybody who's working behind the bar.
All right. You are easily able, after a few seconds, to get the attention of the two people working behind the bar, and they're doing this. Say, "How can we help you with alcoholic drinks?"
Well, it so seems that the kind patron who is, should we say, financially backing this evening, is currently at the table over there, and I believe he wanted a drink befitting a Jarl delivered to his table.
Okay. Give me a diplomacy check.
Okay.
We're breaking the bank.
Let's see here. Not bad, not bad. I got a dirty 20.
All right. So they say, Jarl Hakon stopped drinking 5 years ago, but we do have his old favorite drink. 1 second. And they come back with this bottle that's just covered in the snow they've kept in the box. And they say, this is the molded cheese wine. It is an old delicacy made by some of the topside dwarves just outside the Quelch, which is the dwarven conclave to the far north. It's made with cheese and other things. And he used to drink this and get quite, pretty drunk. Yes, we recommend it warmed, but if you prefer it cold, it cuts the taste of the cheese down.
She takes it in for a second. She says, "Well, with dwarves, at least we have a chance. Could I have it chilled, please?"
They say, sure. They grab the bottle, they stick it back in the barrels full of snow, they turn it, they stick it back out, and they go, it's chilled.
Great. She takes the bottle and she walks back over to the table with Larian and Bowen.
Okay. Do the two friends want to go have a flight? Does Lammy and Ravi want to do something? How do you guys feel?
I would say at this point that Lamy finally does arrive to the mead hall after, helping fill up the ship's galley.
Oh no, they totally would have gone there with you.
Okay.
Because he said when you get back with the list of stuff,
okay.
We'll all go together. Yeah, so
Okay.
you've been there.
Okay, well then Lamy's gonna basically be doing help serving his shipmates.
Okay.
Lamy. Ravi's like poking him. Lamy.
Yeah, yes.
Did you see over there the making poetry? Do you like poetry?
I don't know. I'm not a words type person.
What type of person are you?
I do like to help.
So you see yourself growing up to be a strong servant. Is that your ambition?
Well, kind of, yeah. Lamy's always been kind of helpful. You know, just helping people.
Would you like to help me beat these poets at their own game?
Okay. Like I said, Lami is not that wordy, but Lami's willing to give it a try.
You'll do fine. I think you're going to do great. Let's go.
All right. He kind of hikes up his sword belt, which kind of falls down between his knobby little knees, and he just like hikes it back up.
And we'll head over to the rappers.
So we're getting ready for that. Are the other two friends going for a flight as well?
Kiri would have wanted to see how this drinking game goes.
Oh, between Larian and Bowen?
Yes. Side note, did any of us hear him call her mother?
Give me a perception check. Anyone who wants to have heard it. Or the potential to have heard it. Because he was a little way. With all the ruckus of the partying going on, it's hard to hear exactly what he said. He could have said another. I don't know.
I got a 23.
You can definitely hear, without a shadow of a doubt, Larian called Bowen mother.
And they call me. Okay, cool. Sorry. Great.
I can't vogue for shit. Anyway.
Neither can I. And neither should I. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Kiri and Titch would totally be into the drinking battle, especially because it was Titch's idea.
Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 round of 3 games of flighting. And then I feel like you guys want to go see the big drinking showdown between Larian and Bowen. So first things first, I've already asked the legends in the chat for words, concepts, or ideas to flight about. And we're going to do this in one of 2 ways. Now, you, the players, get to choose. If you just want to roll off and do a skill check, we can do I'll even allow contested, because I know normally Pathfinder 2 doesn't do contested, but we'll do contested performance checks. But if you want to role play instead of role play, we are going to do an improvised rap battle competition about the factors that we get from the legends in the chat. The choice is yours, players. Do you want to role play, or do you want to role play?
It's time. I'm
Yes,
ready.
Sam!
The rat wants to step up. Okay, so Wither King in the chat has put the word steel. So, S-T-E-E-L, the metal itself. So we're going to be rapping about, and basically this can be 3 lines or 4 lines of just a rhyming couplet or stanza. One person's going to start, and then the teammate, if you guys are doing teams, the second person is going to kind of finish the couplet, and then they'll flip it over to you. Best rhyme or insult wins. Oh, we have a few others. We have dragon and carpet, so we'll go in that order: steel, dragon, and carpet from Elf Tarot. So let's go. First round, first word is steel. You guys get to decide. You find these two flighters next to each other. They have like this one long braid on one side. Of course, they're covered in runes, and they have these like rings, as well as other runes like just carved into their body. And they introduce each other as Tolvin and Torbar, the brothers Braggy.
Oh, brothers, I would like to play. Will you show me how it's done? Me and my small companion here.
I'm helping.
They look at each other, and of course there are like a few cups in. They start laughing, and it's like, "You want to see how it's done? We'll have lots of fun. Don't worry, new people. We've already won."
Oh, that was good. Do I start now?
Well, first we have to decide who's gonna go first. We can do it right now and let you rehearse, or we can go and then hear the worst.
Oh, shit.
Robbie will look at Lamy and say, "See, the boy's new to this, so you first.
I was gonna say, Lami's just standing there with a smile, looking like a thinner and younger version of Ralph Wiggum.
Just sitting there going, I'm in danger. All right. So the brothers Bragi just kind of loosen up a bit. And so the word is steal, thanks to the chat. And the first brother says, my crucible's fire, but I've been quelched in the drink. I'm harder than your sword, but I'm faster than you think. The other one comes in and he says, I've been here and there and far and wide. I've slaughtered kings and I've stolen their brides. And then with that, they turn it over to you.
So out of character, is it 2 lines for each of us?
That is
we
correct.
should do?
Each of you get basically 1 rhyming
Okay.
couplet. So 2 lines, make it rhyme.
All right. Okay, Lamy. Go ahead, you first. Don't worry, you're going to do great.
I don't feel the need to kneel when you put your steel to real.
The brothers Bragi are just like, so close. And then they point over to the Ravi.
Well, we have this small boy. He knows not much of steel, but I, the rat folk cleric, am here to heal.
Okay. So the brothers Bragi are like, they're sort of going like, okay, so like your diss track was a little weak, but I understand that you're just getting warmed up. I think you really have this. I think this round might have gone to us. I don't know. Let's check with the audience. And the brothers Bragi turn out to a bunch of drunks. You in the chat, put in your vote to say who you think won. Just put Ravi and Lamy or put brothers Bragi, and we'll call that the first round. The second round is getting started as the brothers Bragi kind of loosen up again, and they say, this time, it's going to get a little bit harder, and you're about to see, as now our rhyming lines come in sets of 3.
Oh. Now I know why.
Why I don't play bards.
Yeah, same.
Why I don't play
same.
bards.
This is why I didn't want to do this, Sidney.
I know. It's hard, but it's so worth it.
So what I'm hearing is when I get to make a PC character, it's going to be a rapping bard. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what
Well,
it has
we
to
do
be.
need to make a kobold bard at one point.
True. We need to make.
That's
Well,
true.
technically, he didn't.
Yeah, we
win the
did.
competition. We know he didn't win the competition, but we might just throw in all the NPCs at one point. But the first one we have to introduce is the dog and cat couple that won the competition. So, I'm seeing Brothers Bragi. Unfortunately, Brother
Yeah.
Bragi, Reap Psyche saying, "You heroes, you gotta step up your game." Okay, so the
Round 2.
So
What?
the steel was chosen. Now we're going with dragon.
Mhm.
So the brothers Bragi start, and they say, "I don't mean to brag on, but man, my flagon is filled with this dragon that I slayed the other day. I guarantee when you step up, you're probably gonna lose, son, because I win and shoot all the way." And the other brother picks up and he says, "Though your scales may be strong, your breath is kind of weak. I will fly every ship and I will sail with my fleet. I will bury you in the water, you serpent. I will bury you deep." And then brothers Bragi just kind of shoot it back to you two.
Okay. You said I might think this is hard, and I don't understand why. We were on the high seas, and I made a dragon cry. I don't know what you think. I'm such a small folk. You think I rap like this? I am a joke? Is this a joke to you?
Pass the mic to Michael.
Poor
Lami's gonna say he's gonna drag in with his flagon of mead while we ride off in our wagon.
Oh no!
That was good, Lammy. He's in training.
The brothers braggy kind of slide and go, okay, rat folk, that line was really good. Did you really make the dragon? Which dragon was it? Was it the one that's always out there? Because he's a punk. Hey, Lammy, you're doing great. Just take a deep breath. Keep your rhymes simple. You got it, okay? So the three
Literally,
brothers
like, taking deep breath like a carp.
and just go like, yeah, like that. If you pass out, you're doing it right. And then now we're gonna shoot it back to the audience, aka the legends in the chat. Who won round 2? Was it the brothers Braggy or was it Ravi and Lami? I'm seeing Reap saying that you guys are doing a little better. And while we're waiting for the chat to decide who won round 2, and then Reap Psyche says, "Oh no, baby, what is you doing?" So for round 3, the brothers Braggy come back to both of you, and they say, "We've had 2 rounds, and what's one more? For the final competition, your lines are 4." Oh boy, it's looking. One person just voted for Lammy, only Lammy. But I'm seeing some people say that Braggy's won. Okay, so here we go. Elf Tarot is saying that Ravi killed it. All right, I'll tell you what. I'll call the second round kind of up in the air. So for the final round, this will decide who wins the flight. Now, honestly, in history, flights are a real thing. They were rap battles in essence, but they were not rap battles. They were rhyming competitions with a little bit more culture than what I'm butchering right now. So my apologies. But the last get from the audience is, I believe, Carpet.
It was Carpet.
Carpet is the inspiration to get. So round 3, the brother Braggy go. You have 4 lines. That's what you got.
So what's the word we have to rhyme now?
Carpet. So
Carpet?
Carpet.
Yep.
You either have to use the word, talk about the idea of carpets, just utilize carpet in your flight. So the brothers Braggy go. Now I have to get my stuff together. Start off with my first line. He says, your first rounds weren't bad, but it was a little musty. I'm gonna bend you over the curtain rod and bang you till you're not dusty. This is kind of bad. I can tell the saltsy's made you a little rusty, but don't worry. Take this as a lesson and trust me. Shoots off the next thing to the other brother. The other brother says, I see you lying like a rug and I feel sad for you. But don't worry, I'll put you back up and then I'll wear you. Because a coat is what you are. When I drape you over my shoulders, ooh, that's hard to rhyme. Let's see what he can follow up with. And he says, otherwise I'll have to knock all the dirt off you and beat you on the boulders. It's not a good recovery. The brothers Braggy drop in the 3rd round. But can Ravi and Lammy pick it up? Remember, carpets is your thing.
Okay, Lammy, you've got this. Start us off, Lammy. I know you can do it.
Give me a second.
Think about your life
It's really hard to
experience.
think
You
like
clean
on
rugs.
the spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think about the rugs you cleaned.
It's a buyer's market when it comes to carpets, but we're gonna get a garment. So, pardon this target. So don't be a harlot.
Okay.
Yes. Don't be a harlot when you're walking on those streets, because rugs are expensive and you've got to make the ends meet. If you can't do it with a rhyme, you better put in the time, or else you're going to lose your game of fleet to these 2. brothers and sisters of Rhyme.
Okay, all right. We had a third and final round of the flight. We're going to see in chat. Put in your vote. Did the brothers Braggy bring it in on the third one? It was a little harder with 4 lines. Or did the heroes of Ulfgard Company clench it in the end? I'm seeing everyone saying bars, fire. Your rhymes are dirtier than a carpet and a tarpet. Nice one.
Ooh, that's good.
Brush. Not gonna lie, the brothers lost that one. Okay, Reap Psyche with a vote for the heroes. If you Burton says Braggy Bros, you came so close, but Rat and Kid, they played you pros. Nice.
Oh,
That was good.
Beautiful.
That was good. That was
All right.
good.
I'm seeing a lot of votes popping up that Ravi and Lami clutched it in the final round, and the flight is done. The winners have won. Clearly, it is Ravi and Lami with the crown today. So, with
Thank
that,
you for showing us the ropes.
they
You can
humbled
see that
out.
we are no joke.
Oh, they continue to
you,
rhyme
and
on
good
us
night.
still. Look at those. Look at that talent and look at that skill. We have been
Mommy
tested and
backs
beaten
it up
for
with,
today.
you be in luck if you could stop it, walk that blue bell carpet so you catch a moon and drop it.
Oh, and
Good job, Lamy.
they laugh, they applaud. Everyone is loving you guys. They give you like basically the equivalent of 75 gold for beating them. And they give you a free drink on the house, and they say, ladies and gentlemen, our audience all, we're very tired, we're beaten, we've stalled. We need some time to rest, to think up new rhymes. So please enjoy this party, and please enjoy our war crimes. We raided, we killed a bunch of innocent monks. Have a great time. And then they just kind of walk off.
Okay, Lamy, I think we should go back now.
Lamy
Good job.
nods. Yeah, that was hard.
And again, my apologies to actual deep Viking Scandinavian culture. Flights were a real thing. This is in no way indicative of an actual flight. So look it up. It's really cool stuff. But now we're going to go to the drinking competition between Bowen and Larian. I've already rolled the drinks and the checks and everything, so this is what we were all treated to. Larian's already a little drunk. He's had a few more cups before Bowen started the game. So, they both take a drink. They chug once, twice, 3 times, empty the cup, put it down. And Larian is the first one to put it down, but he's a little drunk, and you can tell because he's got like that loopy eye. And he's looking at Bowen and he goes, "Ha, you had all this time, and what are you really good for anyway?" And Bowen just says, "Well, apparently I run 2 kingdoms, so I'm sorry if that makes me slow on the drink. I'm not a violent lush." And she slams the cup down, and Larian just goes, "Ha, okay. Takes another big clug of it, starts drinking. This time, Bowen finishes first, but you see Larian just chugging, and he's starting to kind of steady on. You see Bowen starting to feel the effect of the drink hitting her all at once, and he's just kind of eyeballing her as she goes, "So what? I gave you immortality, and you think you need to just run around and kill a whole bunch of people? You could live a happy life as a fisher. No, you had to go be a slaughterer." And Larian's just eyeballing her, finished it, and he goes, "You gave me armor. I figured I might as well test that steel. And then I found out I could never set foot on land again without dying. Your idea of immortality seems like a cheap joke." Bowen kind of looks at him, thugs another one in, and this time they wrap arms, and they're just staring at each other. Who here speaks Elvish? Is Thessa there watching this?
Oh yeah, Tessa's there. I was gonna, depending on which way this goes, I'm gonna be slipping other people liquor that I want to lose.
Okay. So you both hear them. They're seething quietly to each other in Elvish. She says, "You're a self-righteous, foolhardy idiot like your father, and everything I try to do is to keep you alive, and you can't even do that right." And Larian says, "I have spent over 70 years never knowing you, and this day has not made those 70 years any better." Now they drink again. Larian starts to get woozier and woozier, and Bowen is starting to kind of stiff up a bit. And he continues to see at her in Elvish, and he says, you always talk to me about this thing that you gave me, but the one thing you never gave me was a mother who was there. And in Elvish, Bowen replied, "Really? Because you seem to have made a family all of your own, and you have no problem recruiting young boys to die in battle. You seem to be doing a good job of filling that gap pretty well." Now, Larian is starting to kind of like droop a bit on his hands. He's not looking like he's very sober. Bowen is drunk, obviously, at this point, but she is at least keeping her composure. Now, as it stands right now, it is 2 rounds Bowen, 1 round Larian. Tessa seemed she wanted to get involved in a bit of subterfuge. Would you like to spike someone's drink?
Yeah, definitely.
Who do you want to spike?
I am going to see if I can even up the odds with, because I don't think Bowen can stand up to the years of strength training Voss has put his liver into. And so I will try to spike his drink with the cheese beer. If not, it'll just have a very bad effect for him.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check to slyly pour in this horrible cheese drink into his.
Can I make a perception to counter that?
Yes. You, okay. Drinking PvP. All right. So, here's what we're going to do. You want to perceive Tessa putting the drink in there. Now, technically speaking, there's no contested checks. So what we're going to do is he is going to be rolling against not only Larian's perception, but your perception DC as well, Kylie. All right. So what was that stealth check, Ian?
I got a 26.
Okay. So, no. Kylie, what is your bonus to perception?
That is 10.
So that'd be a 20. So I believe you don't see it. Neither does Larian, as you effortlessly kind of tip some of this cheese drink into his glass. Now, what I will allow, Kylie, is you can make a perception check on Larian to see if his drink is hitting him a little different. Something might be up.
Sure. Ooh, that's a 29.
Oh, yeah. So he hits the drink and he goes, "Cheese?" Whatever. These people's drinks are awful, but they do the job. You're now aware that something is different in Larian's drink, and he's getting hit different. He's just like, oh. And it's starting to hit him. What do you do?
She's going to elbow Titch. Just be like, and then she's going to walk over and like smell his cup.
All right. He kind of does a thing where like he's drinking, he's just kind of like batting you away as he's chugging it because he's drinking with anger now, anger in his heart. He does a terrible job on the con save. Now Bowen's gonna go. She also does a bad job. But as he brings the glass out, you can smell it definitely reeks of a different drink inside the cup.
What are you drinking? Oh, honey, no! And she's
Larry
going
just
to,
goes, yeah, continue.
she's going to switch out the mugs, the tankards. She's like, oh God, no! no, no, no. And she's like looking at Titch, like, smell this atrocity.
Oh God. What is that?
Right? I don't know.
Wait, hold up. Kiri.
Yeah.
Is it backwash?
Taste it.
No, I don't.
There's only one way to find out, and you basically just volunteered yourself, so you just need to taste it.
All right, PJ, can I do a perception roll?
On the taste, sure, yeah.
Okay. I've tried a lot of things in the circus. Maybe I've come across this. We've been everywhere. Oh, yeah, that's a nat 20.
Shoom! Oh my god. Nat 20. So you smell this and like, okay. I think it was actually a critical miss sound, but it's all good. So you sip it. There's the critical sound. So just like this holy light hits you as you're like, okay. Fermented honey that's been mulled for a long time in a sort of watery wine kind of thing. And then all of a sudden it takes this really weird kind of stinky cheese flavor. Like, it's like old Parmesan has been kept for a little too long in a dark, dark place. And that mold has been fermenting with water and spices. Definitely more of a dwarven thing. And you're like, wait a minute, they were drinking like bottom shelf mead, and now it reeks of like high quality, topside dwarven cheese wine. Something was added.
What does it taste?
Stinky dwarven cheese wine.
Ew.
I know. They like it though. Gotta respect those dwarves for their adventurous nature.
What if they don't have taste buds?
It's possible. This was some of it was added to this. This is not normal. This is very not normal. Who would know about stinky dwarven cheese wine though?
I don't know. We don't got no dwarves with us.
No. But who else around here is cultured?
Well, heck, that ain't me, girl.
That's why we're friends.
Don't mind if Lami at this point kind of just pops on over and goes, "What's that?"
No, she gonna swat his hand away. No, they're probably like the same size. She's like, no.
Oh.
Trust me, Lammy, you do not want this. I promise.
Smells pretty good.
Lammy, no.
No.
Here, this is what you can do. This is what you can do to help. You can go ahead and keep an eye out and see what's going on, because this was not the drink that the boss ordered, and that means the boss might be in danger, and it's your job as his servant to make sure the boss isn't in danger. So how about you keep an eye out, see if there's anything weird, huh, buddy?
Will do.
Cool.
All right. So now it's obvious that Larian is much drunker than Bowen. Although Bowen is starting to kind of like lose her composure. She's starting to kind of pitch forward a bit. And they just start like trading insults in Elvish as they get the next round ready. And she's just sitting there going like, I lost an arm fighting a demon. And this is more painful, watching you lose your strength in a drinking game. And Larian's like, I have been swallowed 3 times by a dragon of grudges and burst out of his stomach every time. I'd rather burst out of his stomach than out of your womb. And he just goes for another drink. And they're going to roll.
Actually, wait, PJ.
Mm-hmm.
Before you roll, I was wondering if Lami, now he was told to keep an eye out for the boss, if I can make a thievery roll to kind of just, when nobody's looking, switch his glass with a glass of watered down mead.
Oh, like extra watered down? Go ahead, make a stealth check. You will be going against everyone's perception DC.
Actually, I was wondering if I could roll a thievery for a nice sleight of hand.
Yes. Thank you. Sleight of hand, much better. If you want to do theory, go right ahead. Again, you're going to be going against people's perception DCs. So while you're rolling that, Ian, I need to know what your perception bonus is.
I was just looking up. It's a +10, so a 20 total for passive.
All right, awesome. So that's 20 for you, 20 for Kylie. What is your bonus of perception, Sidney?
12.
12. So that'd be a 22. And how about you, Ravi? What is your bonus to perception?
My bonus is
Oh no, you're muted.
Oh, no.
10.
10. Okay, so if you beat a 22, no one's going to see. Although the good thing is if you don't beat a 22, I don't think Sidney's character is going to care so much. So
29.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Rogue expert in thievery.
Even Shioma, the god of luck and fortune, doesn't see it. So you switch his drink out with one with honey down mead. Larian goes, and he's gonna get a bonus to this check because it's not nearly as potent. All right, he does pretty good, and Bowen does not. He slams the drink down, and feeling kind of like reinvigorated, just kind of like just roars at his mother, who is starting to kind of like lose her head a bit, and she and Elvin just kind of says, "You're stupid."
Good, we've gotten there.
Kiri's gonna pipe up and be like, "You are darn right, but he is our stupid."
Do you speak Elven, Kiri?
Oh, she said Elvish.
In
Gosh,
Elvish.
dang it!
Don't
I
worry.
was so excited.
I imagine that Titch has been translating to Kiri this entire time.
I'm down for that. So she translates in Elvish, and then you have your like, yes, he is, but he's our stupid.
Titch and Kiri, it's like them watching tennis.
Yeah.
Their heads are
Yeah.
just going back and forth with every single drink.
All right, so right now it looks like Larian has won 2 rounds. Bowen has won 3. And Bowen and Larian has the advantage here. So we're gonna see if Larian can clutch a tie, or if Bowen is going to stick the victory on this one.
PJ, before that happens, really quick, I'm just wondering, would healer's tools have something in it that would kind of like counteract a hangover?
Oh, a hangover? Yeah.
Like a hangover or like drunkenness or something like that.
Drunkenness, probably not, but there might be something that you can give him when he's done drinking
Okay.
to help him with
All
the
right.
hangover the next day. Don't worry, Bowen rolled terribly. And as they're slamming down their drinks, they're doing that kind of Elvish, where it's like they're speaking in Elvish and then they're replacing certain words in Common. So all you hear them, if you don't know Elvish, all you hear them saying is like something very beautiful and melodic, and they're saying da 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 dad da 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 da. You're a phony, and and the mother's like da 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 da. Your ship is stupid. Da 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 da. Your tattoos are gross. And last round.
She gave him the ship and the tattoos.
Okay, so with a critical fail for Larian and an 18 on the die face for Bowen, Larian chugs. He gets about halfway through. His lips hang numbly. His eyes start kind of rolling as he looks like he's about to pass out. And as he does, Bowen says in Common, "I've been watching the gates of the 9 hells longer than you've been pissing your pants. I've slaughtered more devils than any dragons you care to brag about. I was the warrior commander of the front line when we slaughtered the dragon gods, and when your father, his people, killed our trees and ruined our lives forever. Don't you talk to me about strength, boy. I have been slowly dying, more powerful than you will ever live." And she takes the whole thing, throws it down, and she, with one good hand, she just goes, "Bowen, out!" And Larian face plants into the desk or the table, and Bowen, just ass over tea kettle, falls back on her backside. She stands up going, I win. With her one arm, she's like, I won. That was my win. I did the winning.
Maybe it's not such a good idea to put alcohol in the hands of really angry people who have unresolved issues.
So I think we learned a lot today.
Quick question,
Yeah,
PJ. Would you say Larian Voss gets drunk a lot?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Then Lami just kind of looks over at Bowen, looks over at Larian. Well, Lami knows what he has to do now. And much like many other drunken nights, he's going to try to struggle and help Larian back to the boat.
Actually, give me an intelligence check.
Oh, okay.
Just basic D20 plus intelligence. If you want to do a lore check or anything else that's related to intelligence that you may feel would help you remember something about Larian.
Okay. The only lore I have is like herbalism. So I don't think that does anything. So it'll be a straight one. So 16?
All right. You remember Larian has this really unusual effect to just plain water. In fact, he seems to prefer to alcohol 9 times out of 10. You've seen him come back from like the weirdest sicknesses and diseases, horrible mortal woundings, and it seems like anything can be shrugged off if he just either drinks a glass of water or gets just dipped in the wet stuff.
Okay. Can I roll a herbalism or medicine, either one, to see if there's like in the healer's kit a hangover cure too?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll give it to you. There's a basic kind of a sugar salt pack that helps with the body's ability to get rid of the intoxicants.
So would it be herbalism or medicine?
Medicine.
Okay. I got 26.
Yeah. So you give him a glass of water. He doesn't really have the wherewithal. He slowly takes it. The minute he downs a glass of water, he seems sober as a judge immediately. You give him the hangover tablet, and he kind of looks at it and goes, water.
Pours another glass of water.
And it's like he's never had a drop of alcohol, and he's just... You guys
Feeling
see
better,
the runes.
boss?
The runes on his body glow bright blue, crackling like a storm at sea. And he's just sitting there going, yeah, I'm good. Did I outdrink my mom, or did she win?
It was a really good showing, boss.
So I lost. Great.
Don't think it was a loss. Think it as second place.
In a competition between two people. Thank you, boy. That'll be enough.
Can we backtrack for just a second? Did you just say mom?
He looks around going, did I not say that loudly as I was drunk?
You might have, but also there's stuff going on over there that was very interesting for a moment. So, who knows at this point? So, mom?
Yeah. Bowen is my birth mother. And Bowen at this point, very drunk with her one arm in the air, is going, that's right. I did it. And she points to like Larian. I did this.
Lami's gonna pour a glass of water and put out another one of those hangover tablets. Just slide it over.
Thessa, you see Bowen form her ice prosthetic arm, grab this with 2 hands, and chug it. And when she's done chugging it, she goes, yes, I am an immortal. I can drink anything. You dreamers, you short sleepers, you can't keep up with me. I'm practically a god. I'm a god. Yes. I'm awesome.
I think Thessa's just waiting for Bowen to end up excusing herself, because I think she will. But but in case she doesn't, she walks over to Titch and says, she holds up the bottle and she says, "Remember that second place is the first loser. Cheese wine?" And just hands her the bottle, and then walks over to help Bowen.
Sure thing. And then Larian grabs you. Oh, jeez. What the fuck? And he's just like, you see his fingers just like twitching over the glass. This dark dwarven glass. Bowen, by the way, like when you come over, she goes, Thessa. Oh, you are wonderful. Thank you. You always take, and she's like stroking your face. You always take the best care of me, Thessa. You really do.
And Thessa leans down and says, "My lady, I have a feeling that in this state, we may find ourselves in bigger problems later on if the people truly don't like us. So we may want to make our way back to the boat."
This is wise. This is the correct choice of action. Yes, let's the way to. And then she looks at Larian. My boat. That was loaned to you. It's mine. You're just on it.
If at any point Larian ends up looking at Thessa just kind of shrugs because she's not wrong, and just ends up walking Bowen back to the ship.
Lami's gonna go and offer like Tessa help taking the drunken Bowen back to the ship.
I think Thessa will say to Lami, "Go ahead and look over your own master for a moment. I think it could be best to get Lady Bowen back to her place as soon as possible, and possibly she could sleep this off in her own private chambers." And goes to walk her back to the boat, and as soon as she gets her into her chambers, Thessa's taken off.
Okay. So you do that. You take her back to the boat. She gets in her private chambers. She acts like she's about to remove her magical arm, and she goes, "Oh, that's right, I forgot." And like the ice slowly kind of melts and recedes back into her stump, and she goes, "The bloody thing's always on. It's never comfortable, but it's always bloody there. Bye, Thessa. You have a great time. If you see my son, tell him I love him. He's a boorish man, but I'm sure it's mostly my fault. I was not great."
She says, hearing this for the split second, she ends up kind of trying to figure out how to reason with Bowen at any point about, like, do I help her say that she did a good thing? Do I down her son? And she says, "Unfortunately, I think your son may win tomorrow morning, but you did win this evening." and she ends up slowly closing the door, not taking anyone's side.
As you do, you can hear Bowen just going, "Thessa, don't have children. Don't do it. It's a trap. It's a trap. No matter what you do, you're always going to mess them up. And you try your best for them. It's not easy. You try to make them gods, and then they become pincushions and they hate you. And for a reason, because you're a bitch. But then when you're not, you just can't win. I don't have kids. It's a trap."
Yeah, Tessa's just slowly like nodding as she's closing the doors, like, great. And as soon as they come close, she just stands bolt upright and just like walks away. She's like, "I'm done. I'm out." Tessa's gonna actually head back to the bar and hopefully catch everybody else.
Yeah. So unless you guys are leaving the bar, Thessa, no, you're gonna. All right, everyone's gonna stay. So it's bar time. Thessa, you show up. Everyone is still at the bar. What has everyone been doing in the, let's ballpark and say, about 20 minutes while Thessa was having a unusual babysitting moment?
Yeah, I can assume it's 5 minutes. It's usually a 5-minute walk to get back to the ship, but it's taken me 20 minutes to get there and back.
Especially with the like,
Bowen.
yes, okay, yeah, no, stay in bed, yeah.
Well, now that Larian's gone, Kiri and I can do our act where we make a little bit more money, where I do acrobatics all over the place and she does bard stuff.
Larian's actually outside the mead hall, just kind of doing that thing where he just stands there and does nothing for hours, just stares out in the distance. But inside, it's party time.
Larian's one hobby. Just doing nothing for hours.
I'm really good at
Stares
it.
off into the distance.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I brewed as a free action.
Yeah, I'm perfecting my 1,000-mile stare.
All right, so yes, Michael.
I was gonna say, if Titch is gonna do her acrobatics routine, can I aid her with what is it? Nami pulls out his concertina.
Sure. Yeah.
Aw.
Aid her.
I'll tell you what. Give me a performance check to play that, and that'll be your aid.
That's so nice.
And same for you, actually. If you want to do the acrobatics check, I'm sorry. You could decide acrobatics or performance, because I know you're doing your circus stuff.
Oh, acrobatics. Oh, acrobatics. Acrobatics for acrobatics. I'm a master at acrobatics.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, that moved when I moved it. Sorry. Okay. 26.
26. Nice. Michael Powell, what's your performance check?
I got a 22.
Nice. Anyone else getting involved in the act? I think, Kira, you're doing something too, right?
Oh gosh, she's doing sea shanties while her best friend does acrobatics.
All right, give me a performance check.
That's a 18.
18. Okay, so.
Oh, by the way, really quick, if I succeed in the aid act, instead of giving a +1, I give a +4 because of my cooperative nature feat.
Oh, yeah, you definitely gave that +4.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I would do acrobatics for you, but the room is small and I am not balanced.
Hold on, let me use this one. Okay, yeah, I'll do. Okay, so. Let's do it again. That's better. And then we're going to roll a d4 on top of that. What did you do? I can't believe you've done this. There we go. All right. So, the crowd loves it. You described to me your amazing acrobatic routine, and this is all happening while Kiri's just singing a bang-on sea shanty that after like the second bar, all the raiders seem to know, and they're singing it right back, but they're singing it in Svigari. So it kind of sounds the same, but it's just a little bit off.
So I imagine in the mead hall there are rafters.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine that I asked someone from the bar to get a glass and a candle to make a spotlight. And I'm up in the rafters and I'm doing flips on those beams, y'all. You might see a little dust falling down because the place is old, but I don't care because if I fall, I'll land on my feet. So I'm just doing flips, and then I'm hanging from them, and then I swing to another rafter, and then I swing to another rafter, and I do a bunch of twirls, and then I land in front of Ravi, and I'm like, hey, do you want to come with?
She's...
Yeah?
No, just Sam, what were you going to say? You're muted.
I'm struggling to unmute myself. Apologies.
It's okay.
Of course.
I'm going to grab Ravi's hand, and I'm going to fly, and we're going to swing from the rafters together while I have her by her hand. I'm like, grab my feet.
Okay.
Grabs my feet, and then we twirl, and we're twirling all around the rafters, and have this nice little rafter on my feet, and we're doing the thing together.
Hell yeah. So Thessa
Ravi's
comes
tail's
into the-
just kind of like...
just all over the place. I love it.
Yep. Mm.
So Thessa, you come in seeing the acrobatic woman swinging Ravi just all over the place, and the whole crowd is losing their minds.
Lami's Lami's like that wind up like monkey toy with the concertina.
Thessa under her breath seeing all this says, right, my turn. And immediately holds her hands up to the bar to figure out if she can get anyone's attention.
Hold on. I'm gonna make a quick check. All right. So one of them is just kind of going, wow. The other one's like, oh, yeah, come here. What do you want?
Sessa walks over and says, I don't know how you would call it in your language, but I believe in common it's called whiskey. And I need 2. Thank you.
They say, do you need 2 different glasses or do you need one, like a double, basically?
No, I 2 separate glasses, please.
They reach under, they pull out this kind of large brown bottle with this orange wrap around it. They, with the kind of sliding pop of a cork, pop it out. They pour, basically pour doubles in both, and they slide it, and they say, that'll be 50 gold pieces, please.
I don't know if I would assume that she would have some money on her, and if not, she would definitely put it on Larian's tab.
They go, all right. And they go over to a chalkboard. They do that, and they add the 50 to the total. You guys have racked up about 300 gold tabs so far.
That's I have no use for money in my true elven form, so therefore he can deal with it later. And Thessa takes 2 glasses and walks outside of the hall to go see Larian.
All right. Give me a quick perception check.
Cool. 22.
Okay. So really fast, before you leave, I'm going to tell Sidney, I don't think it matters, but you have made, as you finally finish your presentation, you stick the landing, and Ravi, first of all, how do you guys finish your routine? I want to hear how you finish the routine.
Ravi, how do you feel about flying?
Well, I've heard tales about flying rats. I know I'm not one of them, but I'm down to try anything
All
ever,
right.
all the time.
You see those cushions over there? I'm gonna throw you into the cushions, and I'm gonna do it in a way where you're gonna spin. All right? You don't have to stick the landing. It will still be beautiful. But if you want to try, you can.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Okay.
Throw me.
So Titch is gonna swing. She's gonna swing, and then she's going to flick Ravi off of her feet and throw Ravi in a spin into the cushions.
All right.
And in the air, Ravi's going to imagine sprouting wings and will it into existence. But she is only a rat folk, so nothing will happen.
Okay. So, acrobat, give me an acrobatics check to count for basically your roll to hit as you're trying to like trapeze dismount your partner here.
You got it. Alrighty then. Da-da-da-da-da. Math, because that's a big bonus. That is a 21.
21. You fly in the air, and suddenly these little wings that match the fur on your back just come out like they're like Moogle wings. Like they clearly aren't big enough to actually keep your body afloat, but they're just going as hard as they can, and you're just all spread out and majestic as your itty bitty wings are flapping as hard as they could, and then you just thunk, but like you hit and kind of bounce a bit on this giant cushion, and you are fine.
And then
How
I
invigorating.
Perfect. And then I jump down onto the bar, and I'm like, everybody gets a drink on this person's tab. And I point to a random person.
Oh no, it's not even Larian.
Can I aid? Can I aid her? I'd be like, yo!
Yeah. So give me a diplomacy check.
Type it up.
Sydney and Kylie, give me a diplomacy check.
I want to aid as well.
Give me a diplomacy check.
What am I rolling?
Diplomacy check.
Oh, okay.
That's a 12 to aid.
All right. I'll give you the +1 for that.
A 21 for me.
Okay. Let's see what Michael will do with Lammy.
25.
All right. So that's the full 4. What was your total, Sydney, before the 4?
That was 21.
All right. So 25. So you're like, and it's on that guy's tire. But the guy's like, hey, wait a minute. And as he's getting up, Kylie's like, yeah, like really loud, like, yeah. And then Lammy, how are you aiding her in this moment?
Lammy's basically gonna kind of a hard like push together on the Constantino, basically to drown out his voice when he says, hey, wait a minute.
So sure enough, the guy just succumbs to the fact that he's going to have to pony up probably an extra 75 or 90 gold, depending on the vintage you choose. But he's like, we made a lot of money from the raid. Sure, whatever. And now the whole place has a drink. Sidney, to celebrate what you've just done, a bunch of the people reach in, pull out a few coins, and throw just a storm of coins at you. You collect 42 gold coins from these fine people.
You've heard about making it
Here
rain,
he's
but
going
it's
to-
gold coins.
Yep.
As coins are being thrown, Kiri has her bag and she's like trying to catch them.
Like an old Game & Watch game instead of collecting them gold coins. All right, so Tessa, so you walk outside. As you walk outside, you notice there is one of the members of the town, kind of like with a confused look on his face, kind of scrambling behind you. He seems extremely drunk, but not a threat.
Confused by looking at me, like seeing an elf inside of these lands, or he just looks confused by...
No, he looks confused at Larian, but he sees you going
okay.
towards him, so he's kind of stumbling and following.
Yeah, I guess I'll still walk up to Larian. I don't find him to be any sort of threat. He's probably just confused by his tattoos or such. Thessa walks up to Larian and hands him the other glass that she bought. She says, to wash down the cheese, and slowly hands him the glass of whiskey.
He looks at you with this scowl of realization and then a smirk of acceptance as he takes it and goes, why not? I've had everything else today.
And she drinks with him. She's kind of concerned not concerned, but just kind of trying to find her space for a few moments, and kind of looking at her feet and looking out over the town and the sea and the bay and everything that's in her view. She says, you know, Larian, at the end of it all, you may have given Bowen something that she never thought she'd get on this adventure.
What's that?
Positive memory.
I fail to see how that woman could allow a positive memory in her head.
Oh, allow. It was most definitely placed there by you and this fun competition that she's now had with her son. But I do want to say that overall, Larian, I do think that you are doing an extremely good job of getting us where we need to go. And I can understand your hesitance to take this on, but I am not one to let good deeds or a good job go unnoticed. So to smooth sailing tomorrow. And she lifts her glass.
He lifts his and salutes and drinks it. You know, if you ever get tired of watching over her, there's a spot for you and my crew. A bit more excitement, a lot more freedom. Money's probably not as good.
Thessa weighs it out a little bit, and she says, I may have accepted if tonight didn't happen. I am curious to see what this memory may do to Bowen, and see where she goes from here.
You and me both, Tessa. But I have been kicking around the oceans for over 60 plus years. I don't even know what the hell would get into her, mentally speaking. I don't know how I could make any impact on that woman. She is an icicle.
Many say that, and it seems to be an easy way to describe her. Um, I think a lot of what people don't understand about Bowen is that she is above all else concerned. She is concerned about the world around her. She is concerned about her appearance. She is concerned about how she appears to others. She is concerned about the appearance of her own people to what she is doing inside of a human city. Concerned is her constant state. And today, of all days, being a journey back home, you've shown her that to at least a few of her other people, namely me, tonight she was a drunk. And that should change her perception in more than a few ways.
Yeah, I have to admit, I've never seen the old broad off her rocker like that. That was a good time.
Can say that I have not either. If she has done so, it was within her own doors.
As you share this kind of sweet moment, and Larian kind of even chuckles at you with a newfound appreciation, the drunk gentleman who was following you kind of blurts in by going, Ainor? And Larian just kind of slowly turns and goes, I'm sorry, drunk man. What did you call me? And he goes, You're Ainor. Ainor, Bozy. I remember you. I was a wee kid, but I remember you. You were the hero of the Svargar. And he looks and he goes, What are you talking about, you drunk old man? No. I remember you. You were the hero. You saved us. And your life as a pretty cute elven lady, you lucky bastard, you. And Larian just kind of stares at him. He stands up and he goes, What did you call me? And he goes, Oh, your ears have changed, Ainor. I don't know how you did that trick, you rascally wolf, but your ears are different. And he looks at me and goes, Ainor, my name is Larian Voss of the Ulfgard Company. Ulfgard Company? No, you were called the Ulfgar. It's plain as just Ulfgard. He goes, and you see Larian have this kind of like hiccup moment. It's like, what? Right, you were the Ulfgar. You were the holy wolf of the town. When it was really tragic, you were destined to die for a battle that you knew you were going to die in. But it just, who could stop you? It was destiny. And he just looks at me and goes, Drunken old man, you need to tell me a lot more right now. If you're not him, you look a lot like him, but your ears are different. And Larian just goes, Are you talking about my father? And the drunk old man goes, Oh, that would explain the... Oh. I was wondering why your ears were different. And I called your mom hot. Oh, that's so awkward. I'm sure she's a lovely woman. When she came to town, we loved having her. So many people were inspired that they'd go marching off to fight demons, even though she told them not to. And none of them would ever come back alive. She kept telling them not to come. She said sometimes she would just kill them herself to stop them from dying. But they just said, no, it's our home and we're going to do something about it. And your father was one of those guys. He always came back. Oh, except for that one time he didn't. He didn't come back that one time. He died. It was bad. He got killed. I thought you were your father. The mud is on my face. I'm so sorry. And he just says, my father was named Ainor Boza. Yeah, Ainor Boza. He was the Ulfgar. He was the holy wolf that got out there and killed the bad guys. He fought all the battles. And then he went out one day. And he didn't come back. What was that day? Oh God. It was so long ago. He heard about demon attack, and the elves were involved, and he said he had to go. Someone he loved was in danger, even though the wonderful elven woman always told us not to go. He went out there by himself because he snuck out. And he didn't come back. He probably was killed by the demon. I'm sorry to be telling you this. My name is Eggert. I'm the town drunk. I was maybe like this many when I met your father. And he just goes, Did my mother tell him not to go? Probably. She was always yelling at him to not be stupid and go off and to fight battles like this, but he said he had to. And I remember, one time she screamed at him so much not to go, and then he went, and he died. Ooh, this is awkward. And Larian just kind of, you can see he's trying hard not to strike this guy, and he just says, Thessa, thank you for the whiskey. I need to be alone on the boat. Eggert, sober up, you drunk fool. Yeah, that's what they all say. I have yet to do it.
Is Larian taking off at this point?
Yeah, Larian looks like he's making way to go to the boat.
Thessa's gonna grab the drunk man, and turn him around so she's facing him, and with a beautiful 29 intimidation check, she looks him dead in the eyes and says, there are multiple ways to sober up, and one of them is by letting blood. What do you know?
I fear that if you were to cut me, I would just bleed mead. That rhymes, I should go flight. No, the Braggy brothers would kick my ass. All right. Ooh, what do you need to know?
This man that you spoke of, his father. Do you remember the fight at all? The demon, the name of the demon was there. Where did he go fight?
I was young. Words, demons are hard. So out there across the white steppe is this thing called a looking glass. I don't know much about it, but what I heard is there's like glass and demons are looking through it. Apparently it's like a dimensional thing. It's thin.
She says, okay, I know what you're talking about. What war did he die in? What do your people call that war?
Well, the battle he went off to didn't come back on. We call it the day the wolf swallowed the sun.
That's what I need to know.
Yeah.
Thank you. And she walks back to, or well, you know what? She's going to go to the boat, but she wants to do one more thing in town before she ends up leaving in the morning.
Okay. What do you want to do?
In the morning, she wants to go back up to the Jarl's tent at one point, and she is going to drop whatever money she would have used for a room for her lady in front of the Jarl, and she simply states, "This is not for a room because your services aren't needed, but this is for a hero. The hero of the day, the night, the wolf swallowed the moon."
Sun, got it. Yeah.
Swallowed the sun. And she drops the money. She drops the money in front of him and says, "An offering. I now know who you speak of, and I have learned from your people that he was endeared greatly by your people around this area. We had nothing to do in his passing, but I know my lady, the woman you did not give a roof to, cared for him much, and would not like to see him go unremembered."
All right. Excellent. I made a note for that because it is our time to take a 5-minute break. We're going to come back at 9:49 p.m. to get to the second half of today's episode, and hopefully the last half of the last part of the journey north. We'll get to the big conclusion. We'll hopefully get everything all tied up with a bow, because I don't think we have enough time for a part 3. But we'll be back in 5 minutes. We'll see you at 9:49. Hi, everyone. Hey, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you for that 5-minute break. We're going to be moving right ahead, basically flash forwarding or moving forward to the morning after. I'm sure everyone's probably a little tender from the drink or tender from the acrobatics, but either way, Larian has to pay up over 400 gold for the tab, which he kind of sighs and then just starts throwing out coin notes and then handing them to people.
Sounds like he's used
What's
to
money
it.
to an immortal?
Yeah.
It's like
What's
every time.
What's money to a Viking Achilles who can just get it back? So Thessa, your gift to Jarl Hacker in the morning is met with extreme respect and reverence.
Nailed it.
He takes the money and he says, I think we may have enough to complete it. Go what you have to do. Please come back before you decide to leave for good. I just want to thank you in advance. And with that, he bids you go. If anyone has one small bit of business that can be done in a skill check or buying something with the 40 plus whatever gold you have, we're just going to assume that you have a normal amount of supplies and you are heading on your way.
Does Lami get a cut of that 40 gold?
I don't know. You weren't the one in the acrobatics thing. Well,
He was helping.
make it, yeah. I'll say this. Everyone has the 42 gold. You get to decide who gets to keep it.
Oh, okay.
Not on stream. So moving right along. You guys leave in the morning. Bowen seems to be rather graceful and polite despite a slight headache. You leave the city of this Vargar. You start going out across the White Steppe. And as you're walking, you're just trailing on for a long time. Everyone give me survival checks.
Ooh, actually, I think I actually could help with that. Because I'm a scout. Can I?
That's an 8.
30,
14.
20.
30, 20, 14, 8. Ian, I saw your hands raised. What's up?
My +0 gave me a nat 20.
I love it when the dice roll better than you.
I was like, ooh, I don't survival. I'm an elf of the city.
All right, so going with that critical 20. As you start hiking your way, you're able to start to get enough supplies. And there's the holy sound of your 20. Larian asks while you're out, find whatever snow you can get and bring it back to him. He is going to try and melt it on the road so he can make some makeshift water so he doesn't die on the way. As you continue to move, Tessa, you start noticing some really weird footprints, tracks going across the White Steppe. It's the White Steppe is kind of this almost like a combination of a white desert and just a tundra as far as the eye can see. And eventually you start going deep enough into the White Steppe where you start seeing the entirety of the frozen north, which is almost like this massive bowl placed inside a snow shelf. You see these mighty white caps, just these sharp, jagged mountaintops all over the bowl, almost acting like some sort of spiky crown or protective barrier. You see in the far, far distance to your right, the most massive outcropping of mountains selves. You see this giant door with these big stone braziers, and you know that's the kiln or the quelch, depending on who you are. But you know that is the topside dwarven homestead in the north. And those dwarves, if you don't like the elves up here, you're not gonna get along with the dwarves up here. You start looking out to the to the west, and that's where you start noticing the weird footprints. You pick up two distinctive footprints. One looks like human, but just massive, big, with clawed toes. And you start to think that these are definitely orcish footprints. These are the orcs of the White Steppe. And then you also see the weirdest cloved hoof, massive cloved hoof. There we go, like that. Just all over the place. Moving kind of like here goes the cloved hoof feet, and here go the orc tracks, just like a few, couple of 100 feet behind. Whoever these people are, they're being tracked by the White Steppe, and they just so happen to be in the direction on the way to the Citadel of the North.
So looking at all this and trying to put two together, she's kind of going back in her head of going, are they hunting this thing? Are they tracking this? Are they using this thing to track something else? Is it like a dog of theirs? And realizing that she's out. Well, I guess if I'm her handmaiden, the city I would be most familiar with is Adelfont Prime, correct? Because that's where she spends most of her time.
Yes.
Okay. Then my city lore won't work. Thessa's going to get as many other people this same knowledge. She just calls everyone to see these footsteps I'm not familiar with. The cloved hoof is definitely confusing to me. I believe some of these may be orcish, but I'm not entirely sure if they are with this hoofed creature or against it. But it seems we may have foes ahead of us.
At that point, Lami's gonna kind of go down on all fours, resembling kind of like a hunting dog now at this point, and just like kind of really, really closely inspect those markings. Really quick, PJ, this would be considered snow terrain, right?
Yes.
Okay. Lami's gonna look up. If you want, Lami could scout up ahead.
I think
I'm actually really good at this.
Yeah, Thessa kind of looks to Larian, because she doesn't want to have the young boy's hands in, like, her life in her hands, of saying, yeah, go scout this thing out, and he never comes back. So she just kind of looks at Larian like,
Could I interject a little character knowledge here, if possible, PJ?
Sure.
I kind of want to say Larian knows that Lami, he's helpful and everything, but he really shines in the whole scouting and tracking aspect of his. He's actually really good.
Well, the one thing I was going to say is that Larian kind of does that Drago approach of, if he dies, he dies. He's gonna, if he wants to work, he's gonna work, and if he dies, that's on him. But you kind of get the feeling that even though he's being kind of flippant, he gives a stern look and he says, "Boy, you come back. You understand?"
Lami looks up and, "Aye, boss." And really quick, I have all three of the terrain stalker feats, both rubble, snow, and underbrush. So I could sneak without attempting a sneak check as long as I move no more than 5 feet and do not move within 10 feet of an enemy at any point during my movement. And it also allows me to automatically approach creatures within 15 feet while avoiding notice during exploration, as long as they aren't actively searching or on guard.
Sure. Oh, before you forget, I need you all to decide: Bjorn, Vargar, or Arn?
The name?
I'm still waiting to run into an orb, but I will.
Now I'll say this: what this is, it's only one, but you get to choose Bjorn, Vargar, or Arn. You guys get to choose. You only get one. Those are the things you get from those choices.
I like Vargar in the accent. Vargar.
Does everyone agree on Vargar? Do you want to fight about Bjorn or Arn?
Nope, let's just
go with
do
that.
that.
Vargar.
I have no idea what's going on, and if it's bad, we can blame Ian.
Well,
all right,
y'all be Vargar.
This will be good. So Vargar, or technically Vargir, As you leave, one of the people in the village gives you the Talisman of Vargar. You get basically a poppable, consumable, one-time use rune of the wolf, granting whoever breaks this item +2 to perception and +2 to damage for 10 minutes.
Ooh.
And is that one to the group, or does everybody get one of those?
That is one item for the whole group. Only one of you gets to use it.
I'm trying to figure out. My money goes actually to Ravi.
For perception?
+2
Well, you
to
get the-
perception and +2 to damage for 10 minutes.
The damage. You have those crazy. You have that crazy lance thing.
It's
Divine
true.
Lance, Yeah.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
divine lance is kind of. I
Sure.
feel like could get us out of trouble. And if there are demons up here, then that divine lance is going to be needed.
Uh-huh.
True.
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 All right.
All right.
You look at this kind of little stone coin, and on one side you see the runic symbol for the word wolf or Vargar. You turn it around and you see the actual symbol of a wolf head etched in it, and you grab it and you're like, okay, it's pretty sturdy, but if I really just get mad and like really put my strength into this, I can pop this pretty easily. And it's +2 to
Ravi
perception.
likes trinkets.
Awesome. So I forgot. I want to make sure you guys got that. So Ravi is holding the Vargar, or the token of the wolf. I'm probably butchering that, but there you go. So, yeah, in chat, got it. Bjorn means bear, Vargar means wolf, and Arn means eagle. Reap Psyche, you get a hero
Ooh.
point. All right. So, Michael, you're going off to see what's happening with these footprints. Are you making a survival check, stealth check? What's the check you need to make to do this?
I don't even have to make a stealth check because of my terrain stalker ability. It just happens.
Perfect. So you go off, and as you go, after like a few minutes that you're gone, Larian kind of looks impatient, and he goes, "Tessa, can you follow the boy at a safe distance? Let him believe he can do this by himself." Out of character, Michael, you can totally your skills are great, but Larian's being protective. So Tessa,
Dad.
damn it, boy, don't call me that. So Tessa, Larian has asked you once Lammy has like a good distance, he asks you to go follow Lammy. Do you accept, or technically you don't work for him? What do you do? Tessa.
Sorry, I was thinking about it and I realized I was muted. I don't think Tessa would follow Lemmy because I think she's out of her depth going through this entire thing. I think she's going to warn Bowen of what's going on with this the footsteps she sees, and then tries to get any knowledge from her, since she didn't show up to look at him, of what she might know of the situation.
All right, well, the die face alone of 19, Bowen looks at the tracks and she says, for sure, those are white steppe orcs. They mostly fight in ambushes, and they fight with overwhelming group numbers because they're mostly a kind of a tundra survival group, and they hate elves. They basically want to kill everyone on this continent, but she believes that it's mostly out of a sense of fear and survival tactic. If there's no one else on this island but them, then their odds of survival increases, and they won't be dying as much in the cold. She says, wait a minute, those footprints that aren't the white steppe, those look familiar. I believe that's the Monomakov. I'm sorry, I always butcher this. Give me a second. I believe she says those are the Monokmanov. And then she kind of goes, oh, this ought to be funny. Cut to Michael's character. You're tracking these footprints, right?
Mhm.
As you track them, you eventually come to the sound of combat. Joe, can you play Bird of Paradise for me really fast?
Interesting name for a battle song.
Right?
Well, let's see if we can hear it. There it is.
Ooh.
As you start coming across this wide, ashen, snowy tundra, you look and you behold this massive city. Deep within these dark, dense trees, you see these cities with tall, spiraling towers, spiraling at the tip. And there, just outside the city, is battle. You see orcs clad in heavy white mantle of furs and metal, and then you see this one mounted figure coming out of the city, and he takes this horn and blows it, and suddenly you hear this loud and slowly, very slowly descending from every corner of the deep dense woods, you see moose, giant moose. And these moose are being ridden on by members of the Monomachov, and they have this long coat of armor, these kind of spiked helmets with chainmail, and they take out these giant pikes, and they go to war with these orcs. Notice, they're not striking killing blows. They're bashing them aside. They're striking out their weapons and cracking them in the jaw. And after a long pitched battle, you see the White Steppe orcs notice they're being beaten back in the name of mercy. And the White Steppe kind of just sigh. They lick their wounds and they go and they shout in Orcish for everyone to fall back. We'll strike him in the morning. And when they do, the Monomachov just go ahead and do it, please. You are much more interesting than my cabbage. Isn't that right, moose? And you see this giant holy war moose of the Monomachov just go brrr, brrr, brrr. And these moose are easily 12 feet tall, like 10 feet wide. And once the battle is gone, they just kind of they go from attacking war moose to just bored. And they start licking each other. And like you can see, like their tongues are so powerful, like they're dragging some of the hair off. And the Monomachov go, moose, stop it. Stop licking him, moose. Ugh, give me strength.
Really quick, BJ, does Lami actually even know what a Monomachov is?
No.
Okay, so
You
to
can
him
tell
it's
they're
just
human. You can tell they're human. And
Yeah.
then one of them kind of like on their horse their moose looks over and goes, "You, little boy, come here now."
Lami just kind of straightens up. Actually, really surprised that he's actually got seen, and kind of awkwardly, but cautiously, slowly like walks over. Hi.
This giant person clad in armor jumps off this moose. The moose just like rips a chunk out of the earth, and you see him, he's eating a fistful of just raw earth with like 0 Fs, no Fs. And this person takes off their helmet, and you see this woman with long blonde hair, massively long blonde hair. And as you look into her eyes, you can actually, there you go. Yes, Sidney. Perfect. Like Sidney blonde, long hair. She looks at you, and as you look in her eyes, you can see it's gold and fire red. And you can almost look in her eyes and see a firebird inside her eyes. And she squats right down to you. From a full stand, drops right into a low squat. And she says, "Hello, little comrade. Why are you out here?"
I'm on a walk. Just decided to take the day and go camping and heard a noise.
No, this is lie. You are not doing this. You would not be walking out here. This place sucks. You would not be here, little boy.
Real quick, is in your world, is there anything such as a Boy Scout organization or anything?
Technically, the Long Walkers are like if Boy Scouts were divinely ordained in dwarves. So, sort of.
I'm part of the Long Stalkers, just trying to get my wilderness survival badge.
You see the girl just pet your head very extremely gently. Then she leans over and she starts just talking in her language. And then the guy looked at her and go, Niet. Niet is not dwarf. And she goes, of course, no, you're not dwarf, so you're not long walker. I'm sorry. You're lying to me. This is amusing.
No, I'm adopted.
No, you're not, because you would not be adopted. Dwarves no do this. But it's cute. Please, lie to my face. Lie to a Bogatrika. I want to see this happen.
I wish I made Tessa Russian.
I was wondering, Lami knows he can't outrun those moose even with a 40 speed, right?
Oh.
Here's the thing. Even if you could, the moose are just powerhouses. Even if you outrun them, they will continue to go until you get tired and stop, and then they'll just break through every tree to get to you. They're basically Panzer tanks or Sherman tanks.
Okay, Lami's just gonna kind of stares and goes, not gonna, nope. He just kind of just clams up because he knows he's kind of in a situation where if she's not believing in his lies, he's also not going to betray his group.
And so you kind of have to
snitches
clam
get
up.
stitches mode.
So the Bogatrika looks to you and she says, listen, do you know what Bogatrika is? Bogatirka. Do you know what that is? Da? All right. You can trust me. I am I am a hero of my people. I am woman hero of my people. We have not had Bogatir for quite a while, but many Bogatirka are standing guard. So you come with me, I take you back to your family?
Lami at this point Lami only has one hero, and that's Boss.
The Bogatirka, I always get it wrong. Bogatrika, she kind of looks beyond you, and you see her eyes kind of explode into this kind of holy fire, and you can hear the screech of a phoenix scream. And as she does this look, and the eyes just, she kind of goes, I see them. He looks very angry. He looks like, how you would say, face like slapped ass.
Lami's he knows it's futile, but he's still gonna try. He's gonna raise his hand, just trying to shut shield. Like, you can't see. Nope. You can't see. Nope.
She grabs you and picks you up with one hand, and you're just hoisted in the air. She goes, little boy, you are very cute. Please ride War Moose. I will take you back to friends, unless you don't want to ride War Moose.
Nami's gonna just shut up now.
Oh, Lami is name. Good to meet you.
Darn.
She puts you on the back. She mounts up and she whistles, and half of the moose go back. The other moose come up, and she says, "We're the Monomakov. We are the people of this side. We have war moose. Is #1 war pet. I recommend it. Do you like moose?"
Lami's just gonna kind of, at this point, he knows he's just gonna reveal something. If he just says anything, so it just goes.
Okay. so you just do that, and she goes, okay, sure, let's do this. So she kind of like spurs her moose, and these things just move at a snail's pace. But as they do, you're starting to notice that these moose are just covered in like nicks and cuts. And they look like they have taken on tons of damage and are just completely unfazed. In fact, you kind of remember the fight and like the orcs were really trying to slaughter these things, and their blades couldn't cut, the spears couldn't pierce, and these moose just don't give a single F. After a while of waiting, you all see slowly trudging up over this hill, Lami on the back of this beautiful golden-haired warrior with eyes like a firebird, as there's a whole bunch of other people riding moose. And she says, hello, you lost this boy child. I bring boy child to you.
Lami's just gonna at this point this and just goes, Lami didn't say nothing. Lami didn't squeal. Lami didn't tell lady that he was sent out ahead. Oh, whoops.
The woman just kind of like rubs her temples and she says, "This one is not so good, but he's got a good heart."
Yeah, we know.
So she gently, like with one hand, picks this boy up, stretches her arm from like 12 feet off the ground, stretches straight to the ground like Mr. Fantastic, and drops him off. Her arm kind of snakes back up, and she says, "Are you lost? Are you new out here?"
Yes.
She's immediately gonna look at Larian.
Yeah, I like all the heads turning to Larian at this point, and Thessa gives him a stern looking like, that's the person you said was gonna be okay. You lied to me.
And Larian kind of like looks at everyone and then looks at you and goes, "What? He's fine. Look, he's got a moose. He's doing great." Larian kind of sheepishly walks over and goes, "Boy, get back with the others."
Yes, boss. And just because he kind of whispers, "Yes, boss." And then Lami didn't say nothing. And just like kind of like stumbles a little bit in the snow and just like picks himself up and runs over and kind of hides behind Tessa.
Bowen kind of looks at Tessa and she says, I'm gonna go over there. I think my son, I don't believe he's going to know the language of this part of the land very well.
I fear I don't either. So any help would be greatly appreciated.
So Bowen walks up to the Bogatrika and they start speaking fluent Russian. Shatter the curtain, they speak Russian. This is all a Russian dialect. So they start speaking in Russian. Larian's like, looks at his mom like, how do you know this language? And she's like, what? Moose are amazing. Look at this. This thing can't be killed by anything. Of course, you learn to speak the language of the people who have suffered horrible travesties and still have mastered the most potent alpha predator for war. Isn't that right, Moose? And the Moose is just like, cool, this might as well happen. Yes, pet my face. So they start talking, and Bowen turns around and she goes, "It's okay, everyone. The Moose Warriors are returning home. We shall be fine. They're going to give us a little trinket to help us along our way, and we are almost done with our journey. We just have to pass Monotmakov, and we'll be right there."
Lami's gonna kind of tug on Tessa's sleeve and go and kind of whispers, "They were fighting orcs. It was a big battle."
Titch is gonna approach Larian and be like, "Can we get some moose though?"
Give me a diplomacy check.
Yes, I just want to ride a moose.
Teach one.
Okay, but for anyone watching, do not approach moose, guys.
No,
They are the meanest creatures around. They look
huge.
cute. They're huge and they're mean.
Yeah.
I know their
And they
snoot
also have
gotta
things
be
called
soft.
brainworms.
Their snoot's gotta be
super
soft.
soft.
They got a big old
Right?
They got a big old snoot.
I
Yeah.
will say
So me
they
and
are
Sidney coming
tasty
from
though.
New England.
Yeah, let me tell you, like, coming from Virginia, I've seen a few moose. I've seen a lot of deer. If you think a deer is a tough son of a bitch getting hit by a car going 60 and jumping away, a moose won't fall down. They'll just look at you like you're rude. So,
yeah, Elf Tiro and
And-
Lady
yeah.
Alteriel are like they know all about moose. They from Canada.
Yeah.
They know. They
mhm.
get it.
You
Oh,
get it.
Sorry, I was
Get it.
respect the moose. She's
Won't
like,
touch
even
it,
right now, do
but I wanna boop
respect
it.
it. Yep. I got a 25, by the way.
All right.
Ooh.
Sure. So the Bogatrika kind of sits back on her moose saddle and goes, "Do you promise to give Moose back when you're done?"
Yes. I
Alright.
will.
shake my hand, and you can have my moose and every moose here.
Yes!
Shake her hand. Shake her hand.
So you grab her hand. The minute you grab her hand, you can literally feel a firebird being born in your chest, and this warm, healing spirit just rises through your cheeks, and you can see this giant burning bird just kind of flying across these massive Cyrillic towers. And as this image kind of fades and you feel warm, she goes, "Good. Now I know this is good deal. All right." And she, in Russian, I'm not going to fake it. She tells everyone to dismount their moose. Because the plural of moose is moose. Because of course it is. And they all get off their Mises.
Mises is my favorite.
So they get off their Mises. And they start hoofing it back to Monomakov. And the moose just look at you like, God, man, sure, whatever. All right, jump on.
Oh, Titches on that moose. Titches so on that moose. She's just so excited. She hasn't ridden an animal since the circus.
All right. So who's mounting on moose? Is everyone mounting on a moose?
Yes, but only side saddle.
All right. Gotta be a proper lady, Ian. I like that.
Sidney, can Kiri catch a ride with Titch?
Oh, I expected it.
Cool. She's
You
not
know-
going to be able to get up. She's like,
Oh, I
Oh,
grab
me.
you with my long, lanky acrobat arms, and you're on.
You know, if you put Kiri on one antler and Lami on the other, it may balance it out.
I was gonna.
Ooh,
Those buckets.
I was
respect
wondering,
the
could.
moose.
Sorry.
You go.
I was gonna say, could Lami and Ravi share a moose? Because I'm thinking the moose would be just way too big for Lami by himself.
Ravi does not want to drive a moose, so
Drive
Lami's
a moose.
she's going to like shove the reins in Lami's hands, even though she knows he is a child.
All right. So Lami and Ravi are sharing a moose, and Lami is driving this bad boy. Titch and Kiri are doing the same, and Titch is driving. Thessa has her own war moose. Larian gets on one. Bowen gets on the other, and Larian just kind of looks to Bowen and he goes, "Do you ride it like a horse?" And Bowen, with like one hand, makes the ice prosthetic rest on her lap all lady-like. She goes, No, son, it's a moose. You ride it like a moose, which means you just kind of point it in a direction and hope for the best.
I just really quickly, I just realized something, and I think Ian's gonna appreciate this. Lami and Ravi at this point are Merry and Pippin.
Yeah, that's true.
So you all start riding on your moose. Bowen tries to take the lead because she knows where the citadel is, and Larian's trying to get his moose to cooperate, and he's like bucking and kicking, and the moose is just like, "Keep kicking me, man. I don't care." Like, he's just got 0 Fs, and Larian's like just fuming, like, "Stupid moose." So eventually you keep moving on these moves. Everyone give me a perception check.
Oh, bad. Oh, not good. Well, not worse. 14.
dirty 20.
14, dirty 20. How about you, Ian?
I got a 30.
Was that a crit?
Nope. I got a 19.
Damn.
So close.
How about you, Sam?
15.
15. How about you, Michael?
23.
23. Nice. So, who had the lowest? I want to say it was Kylie? No, it was Sidney. Okay. So, Sidney, you're having the time of your life on this moose. You have to kind of keep its attention because as it's walking, it's literally just staring at something and then like starting to kind of wander over to it. And the only way you found to actually like change its course is to grab it by its antler and yank on its head, to which it's like,
Oh.
moose. And it just kind of mooses somewhere else. That's the sound a moose makes, my world. They're like Pokemon.
Clip
They're
it!
Moose.
just- Moose. Moose.
Moose.
Moose. Okay. If that ain't enough to clip, I'm not doing it again, so tough shit. Moving on. So I'm hearing the playback. It sounds ridiculous. So everyone but Sidney, because her moose is being more stubborn than others. Joe, if you want to, please cut the track really fast. So you come to this massive crater in the middle of the White Steppe. It's massive. The snow here has settled like a fine sand. The crunching sound of these massive cloved feet kind of stop, and the snow becomes so eerily fine, you almost hear ice cracking. As you look around, you behold this massive crater and these diamonds of ice at different posts and perches hovering above this crater. Looking into these diamonds of ice, these absolutely perfect magical bricks of encased ice, you see what appears to be elves bending the knee, eyes closed, looking into the crater. Their long hairs like a tow head to a cornflower blonde. Their skin is such a deeply bleached white. They have long matching beards, the color of their hair that seems to almost twist and mound in very specific ways, almost like to give their face a beard that resembles the fur of a lion. Their clothes is this glowing white and silver, and across it is this heavy armor made of ice. You can actually see within the ice armor crystals moving, melting, and reforming, kind of in ad infinitum. Their armor itself looks like it just kind of moves through time and snow infinitely. And they stand, will hover on bended knee in front of this massive crater. And as you get close, as their eyes are closed, one of them pops its eyes open and looks directly at you all. And as it does, you see the ice diamonds start to melt and recede around it. And the elf jumps from this ice crystal and runs over, reaching its hands across its waist and pulling weapons that form instantly out of ice. And then he stops and he bends the knee and lowers his head. And in Elvish, he states, "My queen, you should not be here right now."
I assume that he's talking to Bowen.
Yeah, Bowen is doing that royalty thing where they're talking to them, but they're not addressing them with their eyes.
Got it. Okay. Thessa is I guess he has his weapon, or this elf has his weapons drawn at the moment, but is taking a knee.
Yes, in front of Bowen on the moose.
So I guess Thessa's going to move her moose in front of that, like in front of Bowen, and draw her sword and look down at him. Like she's waiting for him to either drop the weapons or put them away before he approaches any closer.
Give me you have Elven lore?
Yeah, I do.
Give me an Elven lore check.
This may not be needed. I may just be like super salty and just going after this guy. I got a 19.
19. Translated into common, these are basically the Northwatch Sentinels. These are extreme warriors of the Elven Citadel whose basically their entire duty that they gave up their lives to is to stand in this one spot for all eternity and kill whatever the hell comes out. These are very powerful warriors, and this is all they do. And they basically stay here forever.
And they're surrounding this thing that's in the center, I'm guessing, is kind of like this looking glass that we heard about earlier.
You can make a strong guess that these are the demon slayers of the north.
You know what? I should have run that. I guess. I guess Thessa probably wouldn't have done that. But now that she's there, Um, and she has her sword. She actually tells she tells the elf to stand. Yeah, she simply says, "Stand. Your work and your life mean more than a knee bent in the snow."
He looks to you, and then he looks to Bowen. Bowen, without looking at him, nods, to which he just kind of flicks his hands and the weapons just dematerialize, and he stands up, and he says, make sure I'm not freezing. Okay. And he looks to you both in Elvish, and he says, he has been very angry. He's been calling you by your full name. I think he had a feeling that you'd be coming today. It's not safe for you to be here.
I have no understanding of what that means. This is the hard part about being a handmaiden with not the right lore for which side of the country you're on. Thessa takes pauses for a second and says, "My lady is precisely where she means to be."
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, my lady is precisely where she means to be. And if anyone has a problem with her whereabouts, we are here to take care of this, if needed. So, the person that is now coming after her, where are they now?
The Elven Sentinel looks to Bowen and then looks back to the crater, and he points and he says, under the shadow of the tree of the north, behind the looking glass.
Putting the elven curved blade away, she looks over at Bowen, kind of trying to get the message across is that where we're headed, but without saying anything.
Bowen's face becomes steeled for a war. And you see her in this internal conflict. And then she has this very slight tell on her face as she realizes if they're going to get to the Elven Citadel, they're going to have to go by the looking glass that lives in the shadow of the tree of the north. And she just grits her teeth as she says, yes, we're going to have to go there. Make ready the moose. Oh, that sounds so bad to say out loud. Make ready the moose and the warriors. We're going to have to go by there.
Thessa turns around and turns the moose around to look at Larian and says, "My duty is to my lady. These are your people. How do you proceed?"
Wait. If what I heard is true, we're walking past a demon pit. Is that right?
You fought a dragon on the front of a boat, and now you're afraid to walk past a pit of demons? If you're going to cross a line, you should surely cross all of them, Larian.
I've been on land for 2 days now.
You're surrounded by snow. We'll make a bonfire. We'll get the kettles ready. You'll be fine. Let's go.
You just kind of see him shake his head. Fuck it. All right, let's go, wolves.
Lami's gonna kind of whisper to Ravi, Lami has a bad feeling about this.
You know, I feel great. That guy can't die.
But we can.
Oh, yes, you have a point. Well, good luck. She pats him on the shoulder.
Lami's gonna go, just says, oh boy.
So Larian looks to you all and he says, all right, in case you couldn't hear or speak Elvish, here's what's happening. We're about to cross the looking glass in the shadow of the tree of the north. 10, 15, 20,000 years ago, all the trees of the elves were destroyed, thus stopping them from ever being born. And we don't know why, but so far it seems like the only way they can have children is with humans. And he points to himself and he says, from what I'm hearing, that looking glass, which took root in the crater of the tree of the north that humans destroyed almost 10, 20,000 years ago, there's a demon in that hole who knows my mom by name and has been shouting it from the glass. There's a very strong chance when we pass by this place on the way to the Citadel, because we are this close to having this job be done, that pissed off little hellion is going to come out and try to kill us all. Now we're surrounded by some of the strongest elves ever to give their life for this task, but this is a demon. So, if you die, you don't get paid. Do you understand?
Hey, whoa, hold on. Do I at least get to ride the boat one more time?
I mean, if you live, yeah, you get to go in the boat, of course.
Lami's just gonna kind of look and just go, is there maybe a longer way kind of around it?
Probably, but it would take too much time, and quite frankly, this job's already gone on long enough for my taste. Just no one die, okay?
Do our best, I guess.
I have a thought, and it's just a thought.
Sure.
What if we disguise her?
I don't know if a demon will have issues with the disguise.
Yeah, I wasn't sure either. I don't, have much work with demons.
Look, I'll ride to the front if I can get this stupid moose to move, and I'm gonna yell at my mom. Oh, God, I feel like such a child saying that. I'm gonna talk to Bowen, the asset, see if we can't figure out another way to get to the Elven Citadel. All right, just stay close and be ready. So, without further ado, you all start making your slow march on your moose. You can hear Larian and Bowen exchanging niceties. They're fighting. And Larian's constantly saying things like, let's just go around. We'll find snow. I'll be fine. Thessa made a very good point. We can just take the long way around. I'll survive off what little water we can get. As long as I'm back on the boat within a week, I'll be alive and fine. There's no reason to do this. And Bowen's just like, no. The more we run away from the situation, the more it's just going to bite us in the ass. Sometimes we have to go through it to get over it. And Larian just keeps instigating, trying to get her to stop. It's about this time that you realize you're now at the crater proper. You've been seeing it kind of in the distance this whole time. You see a bunch of these elf sentinels in their ice diamonds. And suddenly the ground starts to tremble. You see the sky. It's about maybe mid-after day. It's like 12:01. The sun's right above you. And as the sun is right above you, you start hearing this deep wind rushing like the howl of a wolf. And suddenly the sun starts to swirl. And as it swirls, pitch black makes the sun vanish in the sky. And it appears to be in the mid of night. And from the crater, you notice this horrible, sickening red light just bleeding out from the crater in the ground. And all the elf sentinels start to break from their ice. They drop down, they start making these gestures in the sky and start forming these massive ice weapons and making ice sigils for protection, and they get ready. Meanwhile, Larian's just sitting here screaming at his mother, saying, "Why are we here? You are an asset to two nations. We could be moving around this." And she says, "Because sometimes you have to stop running and you have to get killing. I thought a barbarian like you would understand that." And he's like, "A barbarian like me? What about a barbarian like my father? He came to save you. And then she whips and turns and he says, he went to die in my arms. Your father went to a battlefield I begged him not to go to. I lost my arm in that battle, and I lost your father and my husband in the war. And I could not save him. So all I could do was kill the demon that took him from us. And Larian just stares there in quiet. This demon? Aye, this demon killed your father and took my arm. And Larian looks at her and he says, why didn't you tell me this? Because you're a fool and a pighead and a stubborn bastard and a warrior of every battle you go into. You're just like your father. You run head first, and I can't always save you. And Larian just looks at her and he goes, how long? What? How long until he died in your arms? She looks at him and she goes, I was given 1 minute. I couldn't prepare any rituals. I'm not well versed in healing magic. He smiled at me, put his blood hands on my face, and he said this was for the best. This is what he was supposed to do. He was living up to his destiny. And I had to bury your father because I could not save him from himself. And with a tender breast and a swollen stomach, I went back home. And I knew that I couldn't save him. And maybe, as a stupid witch of the north, I could save you from yourself, too. And all I turned you into was an angry, resentful pincushion of a bastard. And I'm sorry I failed. And Larian looks at his mom, and he says, all I wanted was a mother. And all I wanted was a son who wouldn't die. They kind of laugh and they say, I guess we were both foolish. And to which Bowen looks at Larian and she says, now, no matter what we do, that bastard's coming out of that hole. I suggest you get up your little blue bastard weapon and help Mummy kill the demon. And Larian looks at her and he says, you know, last I checked, the contract didn't say demon slaying. So this one's free on me. Suddenly, the blood light dripping up into the sky out of the crater starts to break, and the sky itself slices like an open wound, and you can see the sky bruising, trying to heal from this infectious corruption, breaking from the nine hells. And vomiting onto the world, you see lesser demons just laughing and cackling as they break out of the open wound of the sky and start descending upon the elves. And then suddenly, you hear a loud thump, thump, coming out of the ground itself, planting its 2 feet. You see a red demon, mighty, strong, clad in this quilt work of the armors of different humans throughout all of time and history. A guardian demon, a warrior of madness and corruption. And once he lays eyes on you all, you see a sickening smile across the demon's lips as he says, Bowen Artag Rionak, mother of Larian Voss, widow to Ainor Boja. And as he says that, his face starts to split like water and reform. And the image is definitely Larian's father. It is impossible to see the uncanny father-son appearance in the face of Larian's father, and twitching on his left arm, the arm of Bowen Rioneg, taken from her form some years ago. The demon smiles. On this day, Ice Witch, I will rip your soul from your chest, and I will pick my teeth with it, and I will take your boy with me to Magadan, and I will watch him in a pool of salty water, a caustic like acid. I will watch him stay there for all eternity, dying in hatred, but living forever. I am not alone. There's a servant of Magadon with me now. I can smell the sulfur. I can smell the promise on your soul. And as he looks around, he stops and points to Lami. Little boy, now is the time. Throw off this facade.
Oh.
Let your lies become truth, boy. And do as your master bade you as his agent.
Lami's just kind of panicking, just looking back and forth at everybody. No, Lami doesn't feel so good, and just started clutching at his stomach.
Yes, boy. You know the truth is inside you, ready to break out. Serve Magadon proud and do your job for once, you mewling little Quim. Break free and do as the great betrayed one demands of you.
Lami just his hand kind of shakily kind of goes up to his eye patch and just kind of starts and just rips it off. Most people think that he would have a missing eye there. No. Next to his kind of sky blue eye is an eye, kind of like a feral yellow gold animal eye. And just kind of just looks over at Larian Voss and goes, still in the Lami voice, Lami doesn't want to go.
Boy, no. Boy, I gave you a job on my crew, boy.
Lami just digs his hand into his face, and it's like almost like ripping off pieces of flesh, as if it's like a skin suit, as you hear kind of like bones crackling. As he kind of almost stands up, sits up, what do you call it? Taller. His normally hunched uncertain shoulders rears back, almost confident like, as he's just ripping off pieces of flesh. And under it, you see the thin, angular, somewhat handsome face of an elf.
Can I quickly cast Inspire Defense?
What we're going to do is we're going to roll initiative as the demon and the betrayer now enter the field. And while we're doing that, I need that boss fight music. Joe, could you please play Vastness of Time on loop, as now we're in the final battle for Journey to the North. Everyone,
Hold on.
Lami has revealed himself to being the betrayer agent of Magadon, this demon, one of his kin from the bottom hell. And now, as you look at the demon that slaughtered Larian Voss's father and took his mother's arm as a trophy, you see the little boy that you once knew now fully revealing himself as the agent of Magadon. Roll initiative.
I don't like this. I don't like this one bit.
No.
That's a dirty 20.
We were gonna steal pigs together.
19.
I don't even know you
You're
anymore.
seated right behind him too.
I know.
Hey, so Michael, you got a 19, right?
Yeah.
All right. Ooh, the demon rolled well.
I rolled a 30. How's that, demon?
Hold on, let me do some math here. That beats a demon by 1.
Good. Oh, by 1. Wow.
I am. I want to keep it because I have at least 1 hero point, so I'm gonna save that for something else. But I did roll a nat 1 on my initiative, which I think has a lot to say with Thessa being.
Thank you, Joe. That was amazing.
Yeah, Thessa definitely being like.
Wait, Ian, you have 3 hero points.
Well,
You kept your 3 from last game.
Yeah, I didn't use them, but they usually don't carry over to the next game. I don't know if that was...
Oh, I was having you all keep those because this is technically part 2, and it only makes sense after all the hard
know
work
what?
you guys did.
I'm going to go last because I have a feeling that those 3 hero points could come in handy in the fight. In the turn order, I'll take it.
All right, Kylie, what is your initiative?
20.
All right, and Sam, what is your initiative?
22.
Okay, 22. All right, so going first is going to be Sidney.
All right. Oh, I am mad. So I'm going to cast heat metal onto my Ankus. So that's going to be, oh man, I forgot how much math this was. That is going to be 4d6 fire damage and 1d4 piercing damage on top of the potential 1d8 plus 2 piercing damage from the Ankus. Let's see if I hit this demon, because I'm mad and I don't understand what's happening to Lami, but I think it's the demon's fault. Okay. Does a 17 hit?
The demon, that's going to miss.
Oh no, sad.
All right, so you used a few actions to do that. How many actions do you have left?
Well, actually, I didn't. I only used. How many actions is it to try and strike?
That would be 1. If you're casting a spell into that, unless it's a free action stated in the
It's a free
ability,
action.
then you have 2 more left.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use this action to swipe Lami and run.
All right, roll the hit against Lami. Now, Michael, I'm trusting you with your character sheet, so they're going to be killing you directly.
All right.
What would I roll to pick him up?
To physically pick him up, that would mean athletics against his fortitude save, or his fortitude DC. So
That's a 25.
what is your fortitude bonus, Michael?
I got a plus 11.
So it'd be a 21. So technically, yes, you beat him, and you beat that. You could pick him up.
Great. I'm going to pick up Lami and run as far away from the demon as I possibly can.
All right. So you pick him up and you run. Basically, I'm gonna give you that as a drag. You can move. Let's say you can move half your speed away from the demon.
Okay, I moved 10 feet away from the demon.
There you go. The demon will go. The demon is going to, so you're 10 feet away. So he's going to move into the crowd of people. And he is going to strike at you, Sidney, for his first attack with his claws. He critically fails.
Sweet.
So it's misses horribly. You see the ground as he misses. Thank you, Joe. As he misses, you see the ground just spew up a bunch of snow and dirt from his claw that misses. He then with can't do that yet. So he's going to then try to do a claw. -5. Okay. He's going to try and claw at. Let's go for Kylie. Does a 22 hit Kylie?
By 1. Yeah, it hits.
Okay. So. Let's see here. Okay. Let's just do this first. That's 3, 8. You take 11 damage, and you are under the effect of something called vicious wounds. The demon viciously tears into you, with a similar wound appearing on its own body. The target, being you, takes an extra 1d6 amount of damage. The demon takes the damage as well. If this extra damage of the target is doubled due to a critical hit, blah, blah, blah. So you are going to be taking another 1d6. You take another 6 damage, and so does the demon.
Really glad we have a cleric.
So,
Also really glad we didn't get Lami that talisman gift.
so with that being done, it is now Lammy's turn, or should I say the agent of Magadon. Michael, you are being currently held by Sidney's character. What do you do?
All right. Can I, as Sidney's holding what used to be Lami, it's kind of like the body's kind of wiggling, like as if it's like just growing and reaching maturity at a really fast pace. Just hear the bones kind of crackling as pieces of flesh just at this point just slogging off like acid. It's not burning or anything, just like, you know. I was wondering, could I use my feat ability Bon Mont to launch a insightful quip at a foe, distracting them? Which means I'm going to choose Sidney's character as my foe, and I roll a diplomacy check against your will DC.
All right. What is the bonus to your willpower save, Sidney?
12.
12. So you have to beat a 22.
Second. I got a 22.
Well, that sounds like a tie. And I believe going with tie goes to the defender. I don't believe it'll work in this
Okay.
case.
All right. Let's see. If it's so, if see, so process really quick. PJ. I'm reading this as a so it would just be a success then, right?
No, it would be a failure.
Because there's 3 levels of critical success, and critical failure.
Oh, there's no regular failure? That's weird. Yeah, let's see. In that case, because you didn't succeed, I'm going to go with critical failure. I'm surprised there's no failure to it. That sounds weird.
Okay.
Or I guess on a failure, it does nothing.
Oh, so okay, never mind then. So okay, cool. I am going to try to use my touch of idiocy.
All right. Is that a roll to hit or is that a save?
Let's see. 1 second. I'm also my first time playing this class, so.
It's okay.
Don't make me an idiot. I'll lose all my powers.
I am basically, my range is touch. I'm guessing because Sidney is touching me, it's automatic. I think she is touching me to grab me.
You still either have to make a save or a roll to hit. But yeah,
Okay,
it's you're touching them.
Yeah. So target you just have to attempt a will DC against, I believe, my saving my spell DC.
Yep. So what's the number to beat?
Number to beat is. Second.
And while he's doing that,
23.
23. All right, make a willpower save.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh no. Oh wait. Oh. 28.
28.
All right, that's a successful save. What happens on a success?
Okay, on a success, the target is unaffected.
You are not an idiot. Then again,
And-
you never were.
On my third action, I will attempt to shove then.
Okay. Do you have an action left? How much that touch of
That was 2. I believe that was wait.
Because you did the attempt at like Bon Mot, and then you cast a spell. Was that spell 1 action or 2?
Oh, never mind. That was my last action.
Okay.
I'm not used to playing spellcasters in Pathfinder.
It's quite all right. Next up
Is it?
out of the gate is Sam. Sam, you see a demon trying to strike about, and it has made a deep cut on Kylie. You see as I almost called you Alona, as Titch is dragging this weird new elven betrayer around, and he's basically casting whatever he can at them. What do you do?
So she's going to be a little freaked out And she's going to put up her little ratty paws and cast Gust of Wind at the demon.
Okay. Do I have to make a save against that?
Yes.
All right. What is the save?
It's 18. Oh wait, it is a fortitude save.
All right. And what's the DC to beat?
18.
Okay. So he critically succeeds that.
So nothing happens.
What is the effect of a critical success? Nothing happens?
Nothing happens. He just his demon locks flow in the wind dramatically.
Yeah, the grotesque face of Larian's father, Ainur Boja, and his long blonde hair just kind of whip back as the demon sporting this face falsely just goes, "Ooh, I feel so heroic."
Oh my god.
Okay,
yeah, and then she's just gonna, with her last action, just take the moose and try to move to the back of the situation.
Okay. Now, I would like to remind you, you were the person in charge of the Rune of Vargar, giving you a +2 to perception and a +2 to damage for 10 minutes. It only takes one action to pop that bad boy and activate it.
She'll probably save that for next round and take this chance to get in the back so the healer don't die.
All right, so you whip the moose around, and it runs an impressive 20 feet away from combat. Moose are slow. They're very tough, but they're not very fast. Kylie, you're up next.
I am going to cast. Hold on. Who is like 30 feet around me of my own allies?
So you have Sidney nearby. The moose with Ravi the rat is getting farther away, and Thessa should be close by as well.
Okay, I'm going to cast haste on Titch. Congrats, you get one. You're faster, so that's a plus. You get the quicken condition, and then you get an extra action for one round, and you only get to either strike or stride movements. Those are your only two options for your extra bonus action.
Bonus action is what again?
You get the quickened condition.
Okay.
And you can use
get an extra action.
Sorry.
Cool.
But it has to be strike or stride.
Cool. I love you. Thank you so much.
Got you, boo.
I will use this.
Okay. Kali, do you have any other actions left?
I have one more action. I'm going to follow the direction that Robbie went.
Okay. Always good to run away. He does not appear to have an attack of opportunity, so he will not be struck for leaving.
That's it.
All right. At the very end of the round is Thessa. Thessa, what are you going to do?
I think that seeing that the situation, I'm torn in between striking the big demon down, or trying to strike the big demon down, or chasing Titch with Lammy just in case. I think she's gonna stay with the big demon for now, and I would like to roll a stealth check to try to get around this thing and maybe catch it flat-footed if it can't see me.
All right. Go ahead and try to give me a stealth check.
Okay. I got a 22.
As you start to move, unfortunately, it does seem to track you. You do not have what's what I'm looking for. You are not undetected by it.
Okay. Then I am going to I guess I will strike out at it. Why not? So I am going to get to it where I can hit it, and I will see what damage I can do.
All right, go right ahead.
I'm going to use a hero point. Okay. That is my dex. That's my proficiency. Does a 25 hit?
25 does hit, yes.
Okay, cool. And I can... Has anyone hurt this thing yet? Sorry.
Technically, it's hurt itself.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not at its max hit points?
No, sir.
Great. Then I'm also going to use my... one of my other abilities as a rogue. Let's see. It'll be a D8. That'll be 8 damage total with my sword.
All right.
And then I think I can strike one more time. Yeah.
Yep.
And my next strike does a 23 hit.
Yes. On the nose.
Oof. And it takes 5 more damage from the second strike. Oh, actually, that's 6 because of the momentum with the blade.
Nice. Okay. Excellent. So
Forceful. That's what it's called.
You get these 2 strikes against the demon, and you start seeing wounds just tallying up on its body. And Bowen, who at this point has she's trying to get in on the fight, but her and Larian Voss are stuck with all the other elven sentinels, slaughtering constant demons just vomiting up from the crater. And she's just screaming elven insults at this bastard. That being said, top of the next round, as all of the elves of the north are busy slaughtering the demons pouring out, it is Sidney's turn at the top of the second. What do you do?
Great. Michael, you're officially one of our enemies, yeah?
What?
You're officially one of our enemies, yeah?
Yes, now.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Paralyze into my Ankus, and I'm gonna try and hit you and stop you from moving, bud.
All right.
Okay. Does a... Ooh.
Wait, do I roll or do you roll?
I'm rolling to hit you.
Oh, okay.
Does a 29 hit you?
Is that to AC or do I use spell whatevers?
That should be your AC.
That's your AC.
Okay. Yeah. 20. Anything above a 21 does hit me.
Okay. So
What's your armor class?
21.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a dirty crit. Please continue.
Okay. So that is going to be 1d8 of 1d8 plus 2 of piercing damage. Give me 1 sec with that. Where are you, d8? Why will brain no work? Brain work now. There we go. Okay, so that is 7 piercing damage, plus you are technically paralyzed, which means that on success you are stunned 1.
Okay. So, what does stun 1 do, PJ?
Stun 1 makes it so for 1 round you cannot take any actions on your turn.
Oh, okay.
That being said, it is now the demon's turn, unless, Sidney, you have more actions.
Oh, that's right. Well, now that I know that he's officially an enemy, I'm going to... Oh, wait. Oh, right, I have a thing. Oh, I'm gonna hit you again, Michael.
All right.
If he's stunned, is he prone as well?
He is flat-footed, so technically he gets a -2 to his AC. So now all you have to do to crit on him is roll a, basically a 29 again, and that would dirty crit him.
33.
That's a dirty crit. So double all of it. Double the dice, double the bonus damage. Go ahead.
Okay, that is going to be... I don't think that I can cast another spell again. No, I can't do that.
Really quick. As being stunned or paralyzed, can I say stuff still, or I can't say anything at all?
No, you can't take any actions. You can't like do anything.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say something for flavor, but okay, never mind.
Flavor punch. No, I paralyzed even your mouth muscles.
Ah!
Okay, so that is that's 14 piercing damage to Michael with my Ankus.
Okay.
All right, and that's doubling the dice and doubling the bonus damage.
Yep.
So what? So wait,
Nice.
how much is that total? From everything, including the 7?
14 plus 7 equals 21.
Oh, 21. Cool.
Yes.
Mhm.
One damage.
All right. So that's all your turns, including your haste action.
Yes, I think so. What, do I get to run away too? Run away! No, I
You
think
can use. Well, you did the putting a spell into your weapon, which is a free action. You attacked 1 action. You attacked again 2 actions. You technically have a 3rd action and the quickened action, which allows you to attack again or move. So technically, you can attack and move if you wish.
Well, I might as well while I'm here. I'm gonna hit you again, Michael. You know, I just think that it just hurts real bad from this betrayal. She's real upset. I rolled a 24. And I'm just gonna smack you again with this Ankus. Oh boy. It's well, that one doesn't do as much damage. So that's 5 damage. This last one, she's a little less enthusiastic.
So it's 24 plus 4, right?
21 plus 5. So that would be
21
a
plus
total of 26 damage this round to you.
Okay. I'm just trying to keep this track.
All good. It's a
okay.
lot of damage. I'm also working on the math stuff because Magus is a little broken.
No, I thought you just dealt me 48 damage. Just like, wait, what?
Oh no.
No, well, maybe, but
one
no.
day. And now I'm
all
going
right.
to run back towards Kylie. I'm gonna run away. Bye.
Really
Okay,
quick. So
so
you're letting go of my character now.
Yep. No more.
Okay.
You cannot. No touch. I'm out of range of touch, unless you try and lunge at me.
Okay.
All right. So now the demon is going to go. Let's see. 30 foot. Can he do that? Sure. So, you start seeing the demon rise up directly kind of above you all. And with a 30-foot cone, he should, in theory, encapsulate everyone in this, including Lammy. Sorry, Michael. But, you know, try to get everyone at once. I need everyone to give me a reflex save, except for Lammy. You can't save, so no save for you. Sorry about that, dude. But everyone else here, make a reflex save.
22.
All right, hold on.
Hey.
Let's do it this way. Here's the number, and I'm real sorry. Who here has a 24 reflex save or above?
I am using my hero point, my last hero point.
Sam did it. Hell
really
yeah.
bad.
Oh God. Should we use our hero? No. I save it.
Okay. So show of hands, who didn't break a 24 reflex?
I actually got a 30.
Hell yeah. Okay, so Sidney, Kylie, and Michael. The demon opens up its mouth, and you start seeing inside the mouth of Larian's father, made horrifically twisted from this demon, this kind of curling ball of fire start to kind of slowly build at the lips until fire just seeps out from the sides, and it belches a 30-foot cone of fire. Creatures in the cone. Okay, cool. Everyone in the cone is going to be taking 7d6 of fire. I have to roll this really fast because I don't have my 7d6s out. And let's see here.
We crispy now.
Oh yeah, you
So crispy.
You're a spicy hero. And let's see here. Everyone who didn't make the save, let's see. Each creature that fails to make the save catch fire, taking 2d6 persistent fire damage. But don't worry, he can't use this again for their 1d4 rounds. So, I believe everyone here is going to be taking 19 fire damage. Sidney, I believe Kylie, and Michael. So not only do you take that 19 fire damage, but every round, at the end of your round, you're going to be taking 2d6 fire damage.
Until we put out the fire? Or is it magic fire?
It is magical fire.
So we can't put it out.
Yes, but I believe it'll probably go away when the fight is over, or if you use a spell to stop it. So that being said, it is now Michael's turn. Michael, you're stunned.
Yeah.
You're on fire. Take the 2d6 fire damage if you haven't already, as you sit there in the ice and rethink your life choices.
Wait, so I take 2d6, or is it flat number? Or do I just roll 2d6, or you roll 2d6?
Here, you take 6 damage.
Okay.
You take 6 fire damage.
I'm dead.
You're dead?
Yeah.
Oh!
Problem solved.
Sorry, man. I figured. Yeah. It's okay. What's your HP at?
You said, so you still see, I think I'm at. Wait, how much damage you said again? Was it?
You took 6 fire damage just now.
Make me do math. 51 minus.
Okay, while he's doing that, Sam, your turn.
She is going to crush the thingy.
Yes. One action.
And that, just to remember, what does that grant me?
You grant a +2 to perception and a +2 to damage for 10 minutes. While you're doing that, Michael, what's your total HP at this point?
-2.
Oh, you're fine. Give me a quick recovery check. Try to beat a 16. DC, I believe it's a flat check. Let's make it a flat check for now. Roll a dice, D20, see if it beat a 16. Sam, what do you do?
Okay, just gonna go ahead and use that Divine Lance on that demon guy.
Roll to hit. Hell yeah.
Can I use one of my hero points to re-roll that?
Sure.
17?
All right. You are now at wounded 1 and at 1 HP. Next round, you might actually get to do something. Sam, what is the roll to hit?
24?
That hits.
Okay, if I can remember how much damage this does.
Sure thing. Don't worry, I'm already looking it up. You're going to be doing... Oh, yeah, Sam, what's up?
Yeah, I was just trying to remember, because you said it was automatically heightened, right, as a cantrip?
That's right, because you're level 6, it is heightened by half your level. So, I mean, it would technically be a level 3 cantrip, so I believe it's, if I'm reading this right, 4d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, so your wisdom modifier, plus 2 from the rune.
Cool. So, okay, cool. I like rolling lots of dice at once. This is great. All right, let's see. And then we've got ability modifier and plus 2 for the rune. Okay, that is 24 points of damage.
Hell yeah. Okay. No, wait, what am I doing? I don't need to do that. So, describe to me how this Divine Lance flies out of your hand. After you've broken the Vargar rune, you start hearing the raging cry of the wolf. How does this fly out of your hand?
Okay, so everything's chaotic, and she already has a chaotic mind, so she knows when she needs to stab something. That lance is what she goes to. So she just the light energy starts to form the lance in front of her little rat paws, and then it just kind of like pops up there in like a parallel format, and then just parallel to the ground, straight into the target.
As you fire that divine lance in the form of a trident, it hits the demon. You hear he screams with immense pain as the thing itself starts to slide a little deeper into his body, and then just turns to water and leaves him. And he's just like, "Who did that?" Next up, do you have any other actions? You did the one to pop the rune, I believe 2 to cast the lance.
Yeah, that's it. I think
2 actions for the lance.
that
right?
is it.
Kylie, the demon does not look at all happy by the divine lance that pierced its side. What do you do?
Okay. We're gonna try something. Okay.
Okay.
Kira's gonna turn to Titch. Be like, throw me.
Yes.
All right, the time has come. Now, normally she'd only be able to throw her on her turn, but if you're going to forgo the rest of your actions, I'll allow her to roll the athletics check to throw you.
Okay, so here's the thing. I want to cast a spell,
Okay.
but I don't know if I'm in. Well, how far away is Michael? Sorry, Michael.
Michael, he is about 10, 15 feet away from you.
Oh, never mind. Forget that. So she's going to move to Michael, like Captain America, like, look it. And she's going to cast a vampiric touch.
All right, roll the hit. He's flat-footed.
Michael, I need you to roll a fortitude save.
What does the vampiric touch do?
Ouch.
So vampiric touch, while Michael's rolling, is your touch leeches the lifeblood out of a target to empower yourself. You deal 6d6 negative damage to the target. You gain temporary hit points equal to half that damage.
Man, oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Michael, you're muted.
Fortitude, reflex, or will again? Which one?
Fortitude. Just basic fortitude.
29.
Is the
Ooh,
total
you
roll?
lucky, bro.
Damn.
I
So
just
is
get
that
to add
a-
them.
Even
Yeah.
if it's a basic?
Yeah.
If he's making a fortitude save, he rolls a d20 plus the bonus.
Yeah. Con plus proficiency.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we're back.
There we go.
The person who threw the divine lance, right? That was the
Ravi.
last thing the demon said. Yeah, was looking for Ravi.
Yes, Ravi through the demon lance worked pretty well.
I'm going to try again to roll a stealth check to figure out if I can be unnoticed by this demon.
All right, go right ahead.
Ooh, that is not high. Does an 18 work?
Sadly, it does not.
Okay, I'm gonna use my other 2 actions to strike at this thing.
All right, roll the hit.
Oof. That is a total of a 15. Does not.
15's
come
gonna
close.
miss. Yeah.
And the next one, ouch! I got a 19, so both of those end up missing. Yeah, I guess at this point, Thessa is trying to get her blade and is just not getting through the skin of this thing, being at its legs. So she is going to try to stick to the shadows and hopefully go unnoticed until she can get some bigger strike in.
Okay, so you kind of get your 2 misses and like, I'm just gonna step off a bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and if it goes to do an attack that's singled out against me, I would like, I have to, for nimble dodge to work, I have to make a reason for it to be activated. And if the demon makes an attack against me, I'd like to try to get a chance to dodge out of its way.
Okay.
Watching it.
Sounds good. Before Sidney starts her turn, I forgot that technically Kylie is still on magical fire. You take 7 persistent fire damage, Kylie. Sidney, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Well, one, I'm gonna call out to Ravi and be like, Ravi, help my girl.
I'm hurt real bad.
I will. And then she's gonna look at that demon and be like, I'm on fire because of you. I hate it. And she's gonna put Crashing Wave into her Ankus, and she also has slide casting, so I can run at this thing while I'm casting this spell in my thing. So imagine this. If I hit, it's gonna be amazing. I'm running at this thing. I'm casting my spell into my falcon, and I am aiming for this dude's eye. And once my Ankus stabs in the eye, a Crashing Wave is just gonna come out of that bitch and just get him.
I love it. Go ahead, roll the hit.
Oh man, I hope that hits, because that would be cool. All right. What's my bonus to hit again? I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna use a hero point. Use a hero point. Okay. Does a 25 hit?
Yes, it does.
Sweet. All right. So I'm gonna do exactly what I described to you, and I'm gonna do that 1d8 of piercing damage plus 2. So that's 8 piercing damage plus 66 bludgeoning damage.
Yes, roll those delicious 66 numbers.
Oh, I sure will. Oh, I will roll them so hard. Oh, you gonna taste my wave? Okay. Oh, oh, yay!
Taste choke.
Everything. So there's a lot of numbers. Give me like 1 second. Someone talk while I'm doing this. That's how many? Oh,
Sure
God.
thing.
1, 2, 3.
So at the end of Sidney's turn, she will take 3 fire damage. Well, hopefully that number didn't fuck up her counting.
It's
Pardon me.
okay. It's fine. I'm not mad. I'm a little mad.
Just disappointed.
That is 27 bludgeoning damage on top of the other damage, on top of the 8 damage. That's a total of 35 damage.
Nice. So you take your weapon and you slam it into the creature and into the giant demon. As you do, you can almost hear the sound of the sea roaring and the sound of the waves curling, and you can almost see this force come out of your weapon, and this whole sea just slams right into the demon. Let's see. I gotta do some quick math here. There we go. And as the water and the whole strike just barrels into him, you see a giant chunk of its armor break off its body. And as the armor brittles and just flakes off, you can see exposed bones. And you can see this dark ichor bubbling up to the surface and then just pooling out. The demon is bloodied.
Yes!
Sidney, take 3 persistent fire damage as the wrath of this demon still has you on fire.
Okay.
How many actions do you have left?
I
I believe you're still hasted.
Am I still hasted?
Haste is only 1 round.
Oh, in that case, you're not hasted. But I think you still have. You put a spell on your weapon that's free action. You move to attack. So I believe you have 1 action left.
Can I just swing at him again with my Ankus?
I don't see any reason why not.
All right. Well, I'm a swinging. I'm gonna see if I hit this person, because they suck. And I don't like it. And I don't like being on fire. And it very much... Oh, does a 21 hit?
Say it again. 21.
Yeah, does that hit?
21 will miss.
No. Okay, well, I'm done. Let's just pretend I didn't swing. I just gave up. That didn't happen. What?
Well, the demon is in a target-rich environment now. And he tries to strike you first, Sidney.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Don't worry, I rolled gutter trash. Does an 18 hit you?
No.
Nice.
Woo!
Let's see. Now he's going to strike at Thessa, who did not go undetected. In fact, they went detected. And oh god, gutter trash again. Does a 14 hit you?
No, it does not.
So he's going to strike you one last. He's going to attempt to strike you one last time. God damn it.
My AC is really high right now too because I can have him focus on my nimble dodge. So you have to beat a 24.
Well, don't worry. 3 on the die face. He ain't beating that.
Ooh.
So he takes
Sorry,
3
bud.
strikes and just hits. He hits garbage, pure garbage, and that's the demon's turn. Michael, 2 questions. 1, what does the talisman do for Thessa that you gave during the charity stream, if you recall? And also, I believe you're no longer stunned and you have 1 HP.
The talisman gives her basically a +1 to what do you call it? Saving throws, but it's only for the day that I gave it to her. So if it's 24 hours past,
Oh, got it.
Damn.
Great.
or if you want to use it with flavor, it works.
All right. You know what? Hell, I'll take it. It still works. It gives you +1 to save throws. I don't know if that I don't know if that would have worked. Well, no, you saved, so it's fine. All right. So, Michael, you have 1 HP. You are wounded 1. I'm going to say you're not on persistent fire. What are you going to do?
I know what to do.
All right, do it quick.
Okay, this creature kind of just looks over at Tessa and says, "If I die, the boy also dies."
Tessa, she stares this thing up and down, and she says the first. She has to, and you can see that she grows really cold when she says this. This isn't easy for her to say, but she says, "My bond is to my lady."
All right.
She has to stick with it.
All right. So basically, with my actions, then I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna cast Animate Dead.
Okay. Does that require a dead body nearby? Oh god, are you casting Animate Dead on Lammy's husk?
No. I'm hoping there will be a demon nearby dead or a elven soldier dead somewhere. There'll be a dead body in a battlefield.
I mean, worst case scenario, you just summon a skeleton. Okay, go ahead.
Because it's a third. I'm doing it as a heightened 3 spell.
Okay. What does that do for you?
I get to choose what I think I get to choose which dead I get. I'm gonna do I can't pronounce the word. I'm just gonna spell it out to you if you don't mind. Draugr.
DRA. Oh, yeah.
Draugr.
Oh god.
Draugr.
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 Yeah. To basically defend this creature.
Okay, so you summon a Draugr from Pathfinder 2nd edition. I'll get those stat blocks now. So that takes 2 actions?
3.
Okay, 3 actions. Perfect. I have the Draugr stat block. So as you cast this spell, you suddenly see this hand break from the ice of the white step. Another one breaks out, and you start seeing rising up and screaming is this skeleton of what looks like a dwarf but it's just kind of dragging an axe with it, a massive axe. Okay, Sam, your turn.
How many of my allies are on magical fire right now?
I believe at this point in time it's Sidney and Kylie, so 2.
Okay. Would I know if Dispel Magic would put this fire out?
I will say yes.
Okay. Gonna go ahead and do that. It's 120 feet emanation, so it should target that spell and put you out.
Please.
All right, go right ahead. Is there anything you got to roll, or does it say in the spell?
It says, where is it? Attempt a counteract check against the target. Target is targeting the spell, so I'm not really sure how that works.
Oh, so there would be like according to the level of the spell, but this isn't really a spell. It's a power or spell-like ability, if you will. Let's just say this: make an Arcana roll.
Okay, I shall. I threw that not into my dice tray. Okay, let's see. Got my calculator just for this. 18?
Okay. I'll say as you cast the spell, you see all the burning just kind of wick off like water, and it gets caught in the wind, and both people are no longer on persistent fire damage.
All right.
Thank you.
So then also do my best. Also, I do have the battle medic feat. I think that's what it's called. Battle medicine feat, which should allow me to treat wounds in combat and roll a medicine check for that. Does that all sound kosher?
Yeah. Let's see. I think the spell probably costs 2 actions. So yeah, go right ahead. You can do it to one person.
Cool. I'm going to go to Kiara.
All right. Make a quick medicine
Yes,
check.
please.
That is 23.
Okay. So roll for me. Give me 2d8 plus your wisdom modifier, and that's how much you will have healed her. And while that is happening, Kylie, ready your action and get ready for war.
I'm working on it, girl. I'm working. My spells haven't been going well today.
That's 14 points of healing.
Oh, very nice.
God
You are healed
bless.
14 points.
And just so you know, I cannot use that again on you for a while, for this battle, probably.
Good to know.
That's okay. You can use it on me because I'm also dying.
Yeah.
But like not as bad. But like also I probably will at some point. So
PJ, it's my turn.
Yes, indeed.
All right, I'm gonna cast Phantom Pain on the demon.
All right. Is that a willpower save?
Yes, it is.
All right. What's the number to beat?
It's just my spell DC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 21.
So,
Oh no.
not only did he outstandingly fail, he critically failed with a die roll of 1. So I
Oh
need
my
to
God.
know what the critical failure effect is of this ability.
So it is heightened, a heightened 1. And so at a critical failure, the target is sickened 2.
Okay.
And then
He
let me
bloodied
roll
and
on my
he's
dice.
he bloodied and he's sick. He gross.
Gross.
Sing for me, my devil of music.
Fans that's good, Ian. I was just thinking of cramps. He's bloodied
Okay,
and
so
his phantom pains. Sorry.
So he takes a -2 to all of his DCs and checks and saves. Wow. No, not saves. Still, good lord.
That's 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. This demon's not happy. Okay, so the 18 points of oh god, 18 points of damage hits this guy pretty hard, and you start seeing the face of Larian's father start to crack and chip, like someone is breaking the veneer on a mask. And as it's breaking and chipping, you can see the real demon's face starting to peer through the hole in this man's cheek. Do you have any other actions you can do?
I am going to hide anywhere
All right,
possible.
make a stealth check. Try to just get out of.
Oh, that's not much better. That is a 16.
Okay, you are still detected by the demon. However, the demon is very busy because it's now Thessa's turn. Thessa, what are you going to do?
Okay, I'm going to try to strike at the demon. I think I'm just going to try to lay as much pain down on this thing as possible while it's hurt. So my first strike is a 26 to hit.
That is gonna hit.
Hey.
Thank you. Okay. And it takes 5 damage.
Okay.
She's going to strike again at it.
Mm-hmm.
Does a... Ooh, that's close. 24? I can't remember if it's 23 or 24 hits.
It hits, yep.
Oh, okay, great. And the D8 goes to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Takes 10 damage on the second strike with my blade.
Hell yeah. What do you do with your third action?
Nice.
Still standing?
Still standing, but he is not looking pretty.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go in for a second. The last hit. I'm just gonna do everything I can against it. Nat 20. Nat 20.
Yes!
Okay.
Double that damage.
This actually. Oh no, I have to look up the sword again. It has. It's forceful. The second attack, you gain damage equal to the number of weapon damage dice, and each subsequent attack gains a circumstance bonus to damage equal to double the number of weapon damage dice. So,
Okay.
the D8 is a 4 plus a 2, which makes that 6, which goes to 7, 8, and my strength is a 2. That comes out to a 10 damage total.
Okay. Nicely done. He is so beat up. You just whittled him down, and you got a deathly blow, and you can just see the bubbling ichor just crawling all over your sword as the face starts to break more and more and just chip away, and the demon's real face is looking right at you. Sidney, top of, I think this is like the 4th round at this point. What do? You got a draw gear and evil Lami, and you have this giant demon.
At this point, I feel like we gotta finish this thing. Because if we finish this thing, maybe whatever the hell is inside of Lami is just gonna go away. So I'm just focusing all of my intention on this demon right here, and I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt into my Ankus. So it's going to be electrically charged. So if I hit this demon, they're also going to be hit with 4 d12 lightning damage on top of what my Ankus will do.
Good lord.
Get him.
Let's hope this hits. I swear to God. I will use my other hero point if it doesn't hit. Maths. 29!
Woo! That hits. Roll damage.
Oh, you bet your ass I am! Okay. Alright. That is 4 piercing damage from the Ankus. Plus, where are those d12s? I didn't have them out. I was not prepared. That was my bad.
Okay.
All right. Plus Yeah. Okay, that is 32 damage total.
Now, before we go to the next part, Michael, because you're already at 1 HP and wounded 1, and this is a lightning bolt that goes outward,
Mhm.
would you permit me to, and we're a little late on time here, would you permit me to say this lightning bolt will also be striking you?
I kind of was hoping to do one more thing, but yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you so much for allowing that. I know, but it's late. Otherwise, I'd say hell yeah. So you said it was how much? 32?
32.
Joe, can I have you play team up for me really quick? Wait for the song really fast. Joe? Oh. Yeah, just quickly play team up and put it on loop if you could.
Oh.
Sidney, as you stab the demon for 32 damage, you leave it at negative 16 HP. I need you to tell me the tale of how you slaughter this demon back to hell.
Sweet. Okay. So, as this lightning bolt courses through him, I'm going to look him dead in the eyes. I'm going to say, you don't get to corrupt anybody anymore. And you stay away from our boss. And then the lightning is going to sort of go up through the demon's head and explode out his face of the father to reveal the demon's head bloodied and massacred. And then I'm gonna look over to Lami and just, I wish I could have helped you, bud. And the lightning just courses through them, and they explode back to hell.
So as the demon starts to be split by the atoms, the lightning just coursing through it, and you see its real face, it starts to stumble backward into the pit, and then it says, "Agent of Magadan, the betrayed will have words with you." And as you just obliterate the demon, you can see Bowen and Larian and elves all over slaughtering the demons, ripping their heads from their necks and throwing their torsos into the crater. And as your blast strikes at this elven agent, you see he just starts to shake and melt. But as he melts, the Durgar just poofs, destroys, and he just kind of sits there frozen, like he's frozen in time forever. And as you just rend this demon asunder, you suddenly see the sky start to shake. Blood drips from the moon, or drips from the empty sky. And with a giant howling wolf, the darkness breaks from the sun. And the clouds part. And there, standing on the edge of the crater, a ghost, is Ainur Boze, who looks at everyone. And he says, "Good hero's job he's never done." And he looks to Larian and he says, "Son, you do me proud every day. With a sword in your gut or a beer, you do me proud." And to Bowen he says, "My little ice flower, I never stopped loving you the day you bloomed." And with that, he pulls 2 axes, and the spirit of Ainur looks into the pit of the 9 hells. And with a call of the Vargar people, his spirit leaps into the deep 9 one more time. An unstoppable holy wolf that licks its fangs at the flesh of demon and devil alike. And as he falls to the 9 hells, and the sky just goes back to normal, you can see Bowen just collapse to her knees with one hand just faintly outreached. Congratulations, you have slaughtered the demon of the north.
Woo!
I know it's kind of late, so we're going to do a quick little cutscene. If you guys have any other questions or roleplay you want to do, please let me know. We have 2 after-credit scenes to get to quickly, and the end bow tie on top. So, what do you guys want to do? Is there anyone you want to talk to, or do you want to just skip things right along?
I don't know if I have words. Yeah, I don't know if I have words for anybody.
The only action I have is Kiri running to Titch and just like, I'm feeling so good.
Thank you.
That's it.
All right, really fast, Joe, please cut the music, and then when we're ready, we're going to do the last scene. As you guys leave, shaky, beaten, bruised, burning, and 1 member less, you leave the crater. The other elves reform their diamond barriers and stand at their ever-vigil stance over this crater. Really fast, Joe, can you now play Shield Maiden for me, please? And I want to make sure I hear it, so there we go. So, you get to the Elven Citadel to the north, this massive castle made of crystalline ice that just seems to hover and turn, and these other towers that just float by it and turn as this long stair comes down to meet Bowen, as if on instinct. Larian's following her, one hand on her shoulder. She looks at this staircase, this gilded ice staircase to this massive heavenly ice crystal palace that is her home when she is Queen of the North. And she turns to Larian and she says, coldly, measuredly, I love you. Larian looks to her, shocked, not sensing any sort of bitter backhanded compliments or anything, and he just says, yeah. Same. Bowen looks to him and she says, with her only hand, she touches her son's face. She says, we are warriors. Our feelings, we need to embrace more. Your father did. Stupid as he was. Larian looks to her and he says, yeah. Like Dad. Bowen says, good. Like Dad. I'm so sorry. Larian says, curse ain't so bad. I can take a beating. The mother just looks with this mournful look as she says, yeah, that you can. Maybe one day you don't have to. And Larian looks at his mother, kisses her on the forehead for the first time in easily 60, 70, 80 years. And he kisses her on the forehead and he says, just be safe, Mom. And Larian looks to you all. Bowen slowly ascends these elven glacial staircase where all these elven warriors, guards, mages greet her and they wave. And Larian stops and looks at her one last time. Just unexpressive, but nodding. And though they hate each other with this weird complexity, for one moment, this mother and son have that first step on a journey of love and true family togetherness. And Larian just kind of walks back to everyone. And one last thing before Bowen leaves, she waves to her son and blows him a kiss. To which all the other elves are very taken aback by such an emotional showing. Larian just kind of blows her one back awkwardly, and then comes to everyone, just long arms, hands shaking. Let's get the fuck out of the north. Thessa, your job with your lady is done. We are down a crewman. Would you like to become an Ulfgard? Become a sea wolf like me and my family?
She kind of she stops for a second and she looks around at all the people she's been venturing with so far. And she says, I'll sail with you. But I'm going to leave the joining to maybe another day. As she walks with everybody towards the boat.
Larian smiles and he says, "Oh, Ravi, I did make you a member of this company. Do you want to actually stay with us?"
I recall we had a verbal agreement on the boat, so it's too late for that, buddy. I already work for you.
Good. I need a drink. And then I need to get the hell out of the north. Now, with that, I'm going to end the episode to the north. We're going to cut the music and do the 2 after-credit scenes. The first one, as you all get in your boat and sail off, the camera, if you will, the storyteller's eye, comes sweeping down to the White Steps one last time across the massive crater with the never-ending vigil of the elves there. And off in the frozen White Step, you see a charred, bubbled body that has been basically burnt into the ice of the snow. And there we see the liar that was Lemmy. And as he's there, twisted and mangled, suddenly a bubbling, crude black smoke builds and a red light appears. And stepping out is a man with an eye patch over one eye and 2 longhorn-style horns like a steer and a very nice suit and tie. And this man comes walking over to the corpse and he says, "Oh, my dear boy, you are one of my agents. You did the task. You did the deed. Look at you. And look at the state they left you in. After everything you did for them, they only saw a cheap betrayal and they slaughtered you. They slaughtered my boy. How are you? How do you feel? Are you okay?"
Oh,
And
can I
yeah,
say
Michael. Yes, yeah, Michael. He's addressing you. Go ahead.
the creature kind of just starts slowly moving. The charred husk just starts moving. I wish nothing but to serve my master and get my vengeance.
Yes. You know, I would say demonhood, but I don't feel like corrupting such an unspoiled and perfect agent. No. I see something else.
No.
The gods say I'm not allowed, but I have a plan. Will you say yes?
I only wish for vengeance as the rightful Prince of Hags.
Now, normally, the hags would try to lay claim to you, but I'll make you something different. You'll still be a hag, but I'm going to spit in the eye of my pledged god friends, and I am going to break a law. You see his long finger touches your lips and starts to forcibly shift and mold you, change you as your face makes this unusual big smile, this terrible smile, this such a delightfully warm, crude smile. And he starts making your eyes look all big and cheery, and he starts just clawing and rechanging your body to look like this very nice, bright, sunny suit. And he looks to you and he says, "You will be a hag, but you will be an avatar of Magadan. You'll be my dirty little secret. Won't you, Mr. Nice Guy? Yeah. Oh, you'll give and you'll give and you'll give. And they'll die and they'll die. and they'll die for not saying thank you. You will be the first avatar of a devil, and no one is allowed to stop me.
Oh,
Come,
they will die.
my prince.
They will die screaming.
Yes, they will. Take my hand, my prince. I will make you a hag of the 9 hells. Oh, do look out for Uncle Ravan. He's kind of an idiot.
Yes, my lord. Oh, and
So he
still have one card up my sleeve.
and I
They
want
will
you to
ne-
play it. But first, there's an HR meeting we have to go through. You understand paperwork and all that.
Oh,
Come on.
yes, yes.
Well, let's talk in hell. He takes you by the hand, and after a few steps, you fade into a thick black smoke as the first avatar of a devil, Mr. Nice Guy. Now, jump 2. As the boat is about to leave, there's a moment where everyone is standing around a newly erected statue. It is a statue now of 3 people. On the back, you see a man covered in the furs and armor of the Svargar, with the axe that they wield in combat, similar to the spirit that jumped into hell. You see an elven woman with one arm firmly affixed on his heart, with a weapon exposed on her hip. And standing underneath them, a small half-elf boy, hands by his side, eyes full of promise, and written in Svagari are the words, "May these 2 worlds find hope in the future of a 3rd, and may we together finally know a peace without bloodshed. Rest in peace, Einor. Thank you, Bowen Rionug, for your thousands of years of service." And as you look at this statue, as Larian is stoic and bitter with all sorts of emotion, you get on your ship, this wonderful Corvette given to you by Bowen. And Larian looks at everyone. "All right, Ulfgar. I'm half drunk and I'm very angry. You there, tighten up the sail. You there, get ready to row when I say. Everyone else, get your weapons, get your booze, get your mops, and give me the horizon. I want to punch something with my axe." And with that, we roll credits on the journey north. Thank you so much for all my players for staying an hour late. I thought this combat was going to start at 10:30 and be over by 11. It did not. Thank you so much, all you legends in the chat. We're going to do our goodbyes because we are way over time. Starting off with Mr. Michael Powell. Mr. Michael Powell, thank you so much for playing the bad guy. And tell everyone who you are and where you can find you on that sweet internet.
Oh, okay. As always, I am Michael Powell, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. And also on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, such as my YouTube channel, which is Fantastic Tales of Adventure. And on Thursdays, usually, I'm on the Toyzilla Network on Toyzilla Live, talking about toys and nostalgia.
Heck yeah. Next up, Sam, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Sam Sterling, and you can find me at Hey Sam Sterling in various internet places. And wild time tonight, guys. Whoa, I wanted to leave some beef jerky, like, floated off the side of the ship for my little bro boy. Yeah.
All right, next up, Sidney, tell us who you are, where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Oh, gee, hi. My name is Sidney, and you can find me on all social media at Sidney Rubino. And on Tuesdays, what I do is I have a YouTube channel, and I read stories. Right now, we are in the middle of reading some folklore from this book of American folklore. Right now, we're focusing on the stories from the colonialists. So if you are interested in stories or fairy tales or lore, come to my YouTube channel. I read all about it. And yep, I'm working on some other things too, but I'm not ready to talk about that yet. Ooh, next week.
Ooh, Kylie, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hello, I'm Kylie, or I go by Kai. You can find me at Kai's Wonderful Life on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that good jazz. I am in a D&D campaign starting January 9th. We will be streaming. So as soon as I get that information, I'll send that to you guys. But it's all about these kind of crazy characters in these 3 different universities and how they'll kind of combine together. So check it out.
Nice. All right. And of course, last but not least, Ian, you beautiful elven princess, you fanciful feminine fighter, you. Please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Hey guys, my name's Ian. Tonight I played Thessa, but I usually play Woodwort, so you can catch me on the Edge of Legends stream with the rest of this wonderful group. If you want to find me on the internet, if I'm not in our Discord, you can find me anywhere else at Bearded Scald on Instagram and Twitter. Come hang out, and overall, if you're interested in anything I end up doing, the big thing that I keep telling that I need to be talking about is the company I own. My fiance and I run a candle company. You can check us out at Witch and Heathen. We're going to be putting out some new stuff for January, so come by, say hi, check out what we have, and if nothing suits your fancy, tell us what you want to see in the Discord. Hit me up. I'd love to hear it.
Nice. Okay, last, I guess it's me. My name is PJ.Megaw. I'm everyone on the internet at PJ.Megaw, and I have been your GM for this amazing game. Thank you so much for coming and staying with us. Normally, when I'm not here, I'm also here Tuesdays at the table. I haven't been there because of holiday hours, which should be ending tomorrow. I need to go check with my other job to see if I can get my Tuesdays off again, so I can be there to hang out with these 2 awesome dudes. These 2 dudes. No, other way. Hold on. These 2 dudes? Yeah, these 2 dudes.
There we go.
At the table, Tuesdays, 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. I think we just finished up our amazing holiday, naughty and nice list talking about alignment. So who knows what next week has in store? Come in and check it out. We create things. Some of it falls into this world. And please join us next Wednesday, where we get back to the Edge of Legend proper. We pick up in Molly Moss, and we see what crazy shenanigans come from there in the Green War. Thank you all so much for everything, and we'll see you here, same nat time, same nat channel. Mr. Michael Powell, who are we raiding?
Wait, okay, good. We are rating Hey Chris Fox. They're playing their episode 89 of their campaign.
Ooh.
That's
cool.
Hopefully this works.
And you
I'm gonna
guys
press
were
it.
upset. Yeah, you go ahead. Let me know. And if not, I have it all ready to go.
Okay, I do not have permission to perform that action.
Okay, I made you an editors. That's bullshit. Either
Yeah.
way, it's called Hey Chris Fox.
Hey Chris Fox.
All right, here we go. We're going to be doing the raid thing. And now they're collecting the viewers.
Raid dance.
We're going to be ready for the raid. So when you
raid
guys see
dance.
Hey Chris Fox, let them know we're awesome, because we are.
Also, happy holidays to everyone, whether you
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that whole thing.
Christmas, all
Oh, yeah.
that.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Happy everything
holidays.
else.
Yeah.
Happy Yule,
Kwanzaa.
Christmas
Happy
Eve,
holidays. Yes.
Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Hanukkah's over, but
Kwanzaa
soon,
starting.
But yes.
That's right. All right, without further ado, we're going to be raiding in 3, 2, 1. All right, click the raid now button, and there we go.